Husker Radio, it is Tanner Struckman. We're live in Cambridge here as we get our live stream underway. We are in a weather delay already. We are expecting a 7:45 kickoff here from Cambridge, so we'll start up our pregame at around 7 o'clock if that looks like a go, although they haven't taken the field yet at this point. And so we're looking at about 7:15 for pregame. We're going to keep this live stream up. We're having a little issues getting connected, but I think I've got it figured out. So for those that are joining us a little late, sorry about that. But I'm going to leave it up to make sure we can keep going. But again, right now I think we're good to go on that. We will be looking at again about a 7:45 kickoff here from Cambridge. It's raining right now. We had a really good downpour just a little bit ago. It has started to subside a little bit here, and so we should be getting going. Hopefully the teams will take the field here in the next 20 or so minutes, and we can get ready for a 7:45 kickoff from Cambridge. Again, I'll flash up here the screen to let you show what we're looking at. A little bit of water right now on the window. We'll have Mr. O'Malley the tall one, go out and clean that off for us when he gets here. But again, we'll be kicking off our pregame coverage here in about a half an hour. We're going to keep this live stream going, and we'll continue to update you if there's any changes. I'm going to go ahead and flash up the pre-roll again, but I'll put messages throughout the on there as we get to updates. So again, look at it, a 7:45 kickoff here right now from Cambridge. If you look at the radar, it's some light rain. We're kind of lucking out here on the heavy stuff. Hopefully that can remain the same for the rest of the day. We'll keep you up to date again as we are in Cambridge, and I welcome you into our broadcast here on Husker Radio.
The following is a presentation of Husker Radio Sports. Your exclusive home for North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics is right here on 1240 AM, 1061 FM, KODY. You can also hear all the action at www.huskerradio.com or on the KODY mobile app, available for free in the Google Play or the App Store. Now let's send it to the voice of the Irish, Tanner Struckman.
And welcome to Cambridge on what has been a rainy night here in Cambridge. Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 1061 FM. Glad to be bringing you some high school football, just a little bit delayed here from Cambridge High School as North Platte St. Pat's gets ready to take on the Cambridge Trojans here on a football Friday night. Welcome into our Quick Stop pregame show. It is Quick Stop just around every corner, fast, easy, and convenient. 6 locations throughout North Platte, also locations on the road everywhere. It is Quick Stop. Locations all throughout the west central Nebraska area. Again, it's a rainy day in Cambridge. Actually, it was fairly dry till about 6:15, and then we got some pretty good rainfall. That has moved on. We've got the storms to the south right now, but we're set up for an 8 o'clock kickoff. A little bit delayed, but we should be good for a ball game here tonight from Cambridge. Glad you're with us on Husker Radio, KODY. We welcome in our viewers online at huskerradio.com on what should be a pretty good night for some high school football. Again, St. Pat's comes in 1-0, a win in week 0 over Bridgeport last week by a score of 48-12. We'll recap that in just a little bit. With Coach Kevin Dodson, a solid opening season win. Now they take on Cambridge. It's a week 1 game for the Cambridge Trojans, their first game of the season. So looking forward to it here from Cambridge High School. Some fun history between St. Pat's and Cambridge in their storied rivalry, and I think we'll have another good one here today from Cambridge. Again, the Irish and the Trojans of Cambridge getting set up here for their first game of the year for Cambridge, second for St. Pat's. It is game number 2, getting underway with a storm to the south of us, and hopefully it's stays that way. We can get this game in the books. Again, we are looking at an 8 o'clock kickoff here. Hopefully we don't get delayed anymore. Take a time out on our Quick Stop pregame show. We're going to hear from the head coach, Kevin Dodson, recap the win last week, preview the matchup with Cambridge. All coming up on your Quick Stop pregame show from Cambridge here on Husker Radio's KODY and online at huskerradio.com.
Pathology Services now offers Save a Fortune cookies to all patients who see healthcare providers with offices in North Platte. All patients have the federally guaranteed right to choose which lab performs their blood draws and lab tests. Simply tell your local provider you want your lab tests performed at Pathology Services and save a fortune on lab tests.
Pathology Services inside the North Platte Health Pavilion or at the Westfield Shopping Center in North Platte.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
Looking for used items at a big discount, all while supporting St. Patrick's Catholic Church? Shop The Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. The Bargain Bin is open Fridays and Saturdays 10 to 3 and sells everything from household items, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, your donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Thursday, 9 to noon, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 3. After hours, call St. Pat's. Proceeds benefit St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Shop The Bargain Bin today.
Putting your family first. At Phelps Family Dentistry, we always go the extra mile for our patients. Whether it's helping them conquer their dental anxiety or helping them achieve the smile they've always dreamed of, our team strives to make sure every patient feels like family. Call 534-4040 to schedule your appointment or visit us on the web at phelpsdds.com. We would like to also wish St. Pat's Irish good luck this sports season. Putting your family first.
Welcome back on our Quick Stop pregame show as North Platte St. Pat's gets ready for game number 2. Coach Kevin Dodson here with us. Coach, last week, season opener 48-12, a win over Bridgeport to kick off the season in week 0. I thought it felt a lot like a game a year ago when you went to Bridgeport. Similar score, It was close early. The score, kind of, and just the way the game scored out felt similar. But I think you and I kind of came to the conclusion that was a better performance than last year's win at Bridgeport.
Yeah, I think so. And that's kind of how I looked at it after the game. I thought, like you said, pretty similar. And really, that's kind of how it always happens against Bridgeport. We that first half is usually pretty competitive, and then we can come out in the second half, make a few adjustments, and just kind of stick to what works. And that's what we did this year, and it worked out well for us. The previous year, as we said, we had a couple of special teams touchdowns. I think we had a pick six. We had 3 easy scores last year. This year, we had to earn it all. And so I thought across the board offensively, it was a pretty good performance for us against a good football team to come out and have sustained drives and score 48 points.
You think 8-man, you think big plays. It's going to be quick drives. This was more grinded out, kind of old school 11-man Irish football game where you had to grind them out, and they were some good long drives.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, in the first ball game of the year, you have to expect that a little bit. We're still trying to iron out our blocking schemes and make sure everyone understands their assignments. But, we have big play potential. Jackson nicely showed that. James Hyrigs showed that a couple of times. And so, we have the potential to do that. But as a head coach that likes to run the ball, likes to control the line of scrimmage, those sustained drives to me are just demoralizing to a defense, and I love to see our offense be able to do that.
You got the 48-12 win. I think Coach O'Malley said at halftime, these are where Irish like to make adjustments. A lot of times that next drive in the second half is usually, let's find something we really like and let's just do it over and over. And that was James Hyrigs' drive.
Yeah, James is such a tough runner. Always, if you watch him run, his legs are always moving, and he's always trying to get those extra yards. And occasionally, he's going to break a tackle here and there. I thought at halftime we talked about our effort. I thought our effort was good. I thought our effort was good for most of the game. We've got to improve on our execution. I thought James ran hard. I thought Jackson did well. One of the things that we want to see both those guys do to improve the game is, let's make one cut and go. So we were out in the open field a couple of times, and we just, went to go find that defender and try to run him over. So once we get used to understanding that, really an 8-man, there's only 2 levels. And once you get out in that open field, you make a good cut, you're probably going to score.
48-12, and I thought defensively, really graded out pretty well. You had one play kind of there to start the game after the interception, and then another drive that was aided by a fake punt, and then they were able to break a touchdown. But after that, it was 4 straight 3-and-outs, a turnover on downs, an interception, and a fumble lost. And so that defense really I thought graded out after those first couple drives really well.
Yeah, I thought so too, and I thought especially in the second half, I thought we just settled down and played football a little bit better. So again, effort was good. We need to clean up the assignments. We need to clean up a little bit of the discipline also, and those are all things that you can fix and things that after the first game you get to see and hopefully make improvements going into the second game.
You obviously throughout the year you like to establish some depth, and because injuries are a part of the game, and thankfully he came out pretty good. And we should mention, obviously you didn't have one of the best players in Class D1 in that game either with Jackson Roberts, but you were able to establish maybe some depth in certain spots. You got some guys, you got everybody probably into the game, and I know you thought one of those was at fullback where you got some extra depth.
Yeah, I thought we on such a hot night, it's tough on those guys, and so especially in this warm weather we're having, you want to be able to have some depth and not drop off a whole lot. I was really pleased with Isaac Irish. He came in at fullback there last few series, and I thought really did a nice job in executing his assignments on that side of the ball, and then defensively I thought we found a few positions where we could add some depth and give guys a little break when they need it.
St. Pat's 48-12 season opening win last week, and they are on the road to Cambridge for game 2. We'll take a look at the Trojans next.
Hosting a get-together, event, or party? Use Occasions in North Platte, the area's event venue for gatherings of up to 55 people inside with a beautiful outdoor patio as well. Occasions is where you want your event held. Call Allison at 534-2533 or Mike at 227-2602 to book today.
that you hire a law firm experienced in divorce litigation. Attorneys that know their way around the courtroom. Lindemeyer Law will help you navigate those emotions. Amanda Spiker, Kent Florum, Kent Turnbull, and Bob Lindemeyer are seasoned, tested warriors. Tori Hervey and Natalie Hoffman are energetic, bright, and creative with fresh ideas. We'll go to battle with you to make sure your rights are protected. It's a difficult process, one you won't walk away from feeling good, but you will walk away knowing that you fought for everything you were entitled to with Lindemeyer Law Office.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams & Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
North Platte welcomes Hilton True Wide's newest brand, True Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax on the patio by the fire pit with your favorite beverage from the well-stocked pantry, including wine and beer. Enjoy a state-of-the-art 55-inch television in your room and complimentary hot breakfast buffet. Earn and redeem Hilton's Honor Points. Book your True Guaranteed Best Rate at Hilton.com. The True by Hilton at exit 179 just off I-80 North Platte.
Back here in our Quick Stop pregame show as St. Pat's gets ready for Cambridge. Back in Cambridge here. Fun place to come back. I know Coach Oftenkamp was reminiscent on, this is hallowed grounds down here in Cambridge. This has been a fun series between you two. So it's good to come back to Cambridge after a few years off. And this has been a great rivalry with them over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. So many football memories on this field. And that goes back, for me, that goes all the way back to when I was in high school and playing football. And we would battle Cambridge. Very good football school, a lot of tradition. And, one of the things that I always enjoy about playing Cambridge is, we always feel like we're going to be a better football team. Regardless of the outcome of the game, we're going to be a better football team after playing Cambridge because it's such a program with such strong tradition and such pride in the community. And so, that's certainly a lot of great memories down there on their field.
Trojans have a returning starting quarterback in Tromke, and I know he had a really good year last year. You look at the numbers. I mean, threw for I think 19 touchdowns and 7 INTs, and he can certainly toss the ball around quite a bit. So that's got to be the first thought, I'm sure, when you look at them.
Yeah, absolutely. He has a live arm and get rid of the ball, and he finds his open receivers really well. So, one of the things that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put a lot of pressure on him, make him make those decisions quicker than he's comfortable making them, and that's really kind of been our message this week. We've got to put a lot of pressure on him in passing situations and try to get him to get rid of the ball early. And then also on the same thing, be disciplined in our coverages and what we're looking to try to accomplish on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, and how did you grade out pass defense last week?
I thought we did okay. I thought we did okay. There was a couple of times where Bridgeport got open, and sometimes when you look at that, it's just maybe a blown assignment or maybe a missed opportunity. But I thought for the most part we played pretty well there. Like I said, they did get behind us, but I know a couple of times, if memory serves me right, we were able to recover, knock the ball down and away, and just provide a pretty good coverage on them all night.
And they have a back who's a little bit bigger, the Stanton kid, and he can certainly carry the ball. I think this will be kind of his year to take over that side. And is this a pretty balanced offense?
Yeah, I think that's what their objective is. They probably want to run and pass about 50-50, but I think all that is dictated by the pace of the game and what's happening during the game. So certainly going to see a spread field, and they're going to spread your defense out and try to get their athletes out in open space and let them do their thing.
So that pressure you're wanting, how is it different for those guys versus a team like you saw Bridgeport, who's under center almost all the time, and their pass game's a little different?
Well, I think you'll see Coach A do a number of different blitz packages. I think you'll see him just kind of release those ends and let them get to the quarterback if they can. So, all within the scheme of what we want to do, though. We want them to be aggressive. We want to put pressure on the quarterback, but we also, at the same time, have to be smart and know what gaps we're covering and be able to defend against both the run and the pass.
Elephant in the room, obviously, is Roberts didn't play last week, and I know he's not quite 100%. So if he's not able to go, you got to feel still pretty good about you put up 300-plus rushing yards last week, more than you did against Bridgeport when you were fully healthy at the I-back spot. So you got to feel pretty confident going into game 2 with those other guys.
It's unfortunate that Jackson's recovering from I wouldn't consider it a serious injury, but it's one of those things where we're going to be cautious with him, get him back and bring him back when he's full speed. And as I said, we want to keep him healthy during this season so that we can use him down the road. So we're treating him with a lot of caution, and I know Jackson wants to be out there, he wants to be playing, but sometimes you have to be patient with that and give that body a chance to fully recover. And so we'll use him if we absolutely have to use him, but otherwise James and Jackson and Isaac came in last week and really proved that they can fill that role and do a great job. And of course, James Hyriggs, he was our horse through the playoff run last year, and so he's got all the confidence in the world, and we have all the confidence in him. And Jackson nicely, I thought, for his first start as a varsity I-back, did some really nice things, and he's going to continue to grow and become more confident and better in what he's doing in the backfield also.
St. Pat's Cambridge game at number 2, week 1 of the high school football season. Coach, best of luck. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Tanner.
We'll take a break, come back with more.
You invest in your home, your retirement. How about your child's education? I'm Enrollment Director Gwen Covey, inviting you to consider investment in the North Platte Catholic Schools. We're proud of our 100% graduation rate and countless success stories. Start your story at Little Leprechaun Preschool and graduate as a Fighting Irish. Pre-K through 12th grade, all on one campus. For more information, call 532-1874.
Mid-Plains Community College is the right choice to transform your future. With a variety of educational formats to choose from, including face-to-face, distance learning, online, and hybrid options, a career is just around the corner. But hurry! Fall classes begin August 21st at all campus locations. Check out our website at mpcc.edu to schedule a visit and transform your future today.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For a no-hassle quote, see local Shelter Insurance agents Pete Voles or Brent Rocco in North Platte today.
Welcome back to Cambridge on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. Tanner Struckman with you here as we get our Quick Stop pregame show underway and get ready for kickoff between North Platte St. Pat's and the Cambridge Trojans here. About 11 minutes away from kickoff between the Irish and the Trojans. Game number 2 for St. Pat's comes in 1-0. Ranked number 1 in the Lincoln Journal-Star Omaha World Herald polls. Whereas, of course, Cambridge has not played a game yet this season. This is week number 1, so their first game of 2023. The Irish coming off of a win last week, 48-12 over Bridgeport. An impressive victory in week 0. Started actually the game off kind of negative. We had an interception, and a play later, Bridgeport scored to make it 6-0 in the first 3 minutes. But the Irish responded with a 9-play drive. James Hyriggs had a touchdown. They actually got up 14-6 before Bridgeport would then respond themselves on a long drive. The Irish though scored 2 more times before half, 27-12, and scored 3 times in the second half. James Hyriggs finished with 4 rushing touchdowns. Jackson nicely a pair, and after really that long Bridgeport drive in the second quarter, it was 4 straight 3-and-outs as we talked with Coach Dodson, then turnover on downs in 4 plays, an INT and a fumble recovery, and then it was the end of the game. The Irish defense really turned it on and gave up maybe 1 drive that was aided by a fake punt. Overall, it was a tremendous game defensively for North Platte St. Pat's. And on the offensive end, it was pretty good. I mean, over 300 yards rushing, 331. Hyriggs was terrific. Nicey was terrific, both over 100 yards. Didn't have to punt in the game. All in all, pretty solid game. And as you heard Coach Dodson talk about, he thought better than it was a year ago when the Irish went to Bridgeport and got a big victory. So solid week 1 win for St. Pat's. And with that, we welcome in Bill O'Malley to the broadcast. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. And I do think last week there were a lot of good things in that game, and I know it there was a little bit of a slow start, but overall I thought a really good effort. And in speaking of that Bridgeport team, I think that's a good team that I think is going to get better because of their youth.
Yeah, they're a team that if they can win tonight at Perkins County or home against Perkins County, I think they have a good chance of maybe running the table in their regular season. That could be a 7-1 team. The Irish beat 48-12. So good week one win for St. Pat's. And but now, you get picky if you're an Irish fan. Number one in the state for D1 for a reason. So you kind of get picky. Passing game, lot left to be desired. 1 of 6, couple INT, only 5 yards. Brecken Erickson wasn't targeted. He had 5 straight touchdowns with a touchdown receiving ending last year. He didn't have a catch. Special teams, it wasn't that they played poorly. I just thought Bridgeport played pretty well, and Irish were really unable to make a play on special teams. Didn't have a lot of opportunities, so I give a lot of credit to Bridgeport and maybe less credit, don't take away too much from St. Pat's special teams, but did give up a fake punt, a first down, and had a muff punt as well. And so things to work on certainly in the special teams game for St. Pat's. And that's getting picky, Coach. But still, what the Irish want to do is run the ball and play good defense, and they did that.
Right, and I thought particularly in the second half, I thought they really we talked about it during the broadcast and in talking to Coach Dodson afterwards, that things really smoothed out and simplified in the second half. It really became to a large extent, kind of the James Heirig show. He had a number of carries and seemed kind of just to wear the defense down. And I think too, when you go that route, your offensive line gains a little confidence because you're saying, hey guys, we're putting it on you. Fire off and get somebody moved, and they were able to do that, and James did a good job running the ball. And so really a simpler game plan and a really solid performance through that second half a week ago.
48-12 winners again over Bridgeport to open up the season for North Platte St. Pat's. And without, you go through that whole game, I don't know that I mentioned Jackson Roberts hardly at all. And then in the postgame I did, and yeah, you didn't have probably one of your best players starting a two-way starter, and obviously what he's done offensively, he's a great linebacker as well. So this team's got, obviously we know what Jackson can do, and so he's not suited up here today. He won't play, but I'm sure they're getting ready to get him back. Want to see him healthy fully when he's back. But, that's, again, pretty solid win without probably one of your best players.
No, I think that's true. And also, 2 of your 3 interior guys are new to the starting lineup. I mean, Ben Melton played some a year ago, and Braxton Richard played quite a bit a year ago. Logan Dodson was pretty much a full-time guy a year ago. But to put that combination of guys in the middle, that they did a really nice job. And I don't think there were a lot of missed assignments. Maybe on the interception there might have been a guy that slipped him there early on. But overall, a really good performance by those guys, and very few negative yardage plays for the Irish a week ago.
Cambridge Trojans, though, the opponent here today, they're playing game number 1, 4-5 season a year ago, 4-4 in the regular, beat Pleasanton, Southern Valley, Arapahoe, and Bayard, lost to St. Pat's, Ravenna, Alma, and Highline, played Neely Oakdale in the playoffs. Irish familiar with them, lost 70-22. It was their 35th trip to the postseason in school history. It's the 10th most all-time, all classes. They've made it every year since going 8-man 7 years ago. Graduated 7 seniors from that group a year ago, including Cohan Grindle, who was really, really good for them a year ago for the Cambridge Trojans. But they returned their starting quarterback, and that's kind of where it starts. Carson Tromke, the 6'1", 160-pound senior, is back for his senior campaign. Threw for over 1,300 yards a year ago, 19 touchdowns. So that's where it starts for Cambridge.
Yeah, and Tromke is a really good player, and I think Irish fans might be familiar with him. He's a really good competitor in track and field. He played really well against us last winter in basketball, and just a good competitor, overall good athlete.
All right, we're going to take a break for the national anthem. We're going to come back and get you ready for kickoff. St. Pat's and Cambridge coming up here from Cambridge High School after this on Husker Radio.
Are you tired of fixing that old fallen down fence? Or maybe you're just ready to replace the one you have? Lazy TS Custom Fencing in North Platte is here to help. I'm Travis Cooley, the owner of Lazy TS Custom Fencing, and I specialize in all fencing needs, from barbed wire in the sandhills to the backyard fence in town. I also offer tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Call today for a free estimate, 308-539-9579. Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte.
Power Power your tailgating with a Honda EU Series generator. Super quiet Honda EU Series generators provide stable, portable power for today's electronics. All feature Honda's CO Minder carbon monoxide detection system for added peace of mind. Select models can be controlled remotely with Honda's My Generator smartphone app. Go with a Honda EU Series generator. It's power you can trust. Head to Budke Power Sports under the Big Red Roof right off I-80 North Platte.
We've got the power at Budke Power Sports.
The future of home energy and transportation is electric. So Nebraska Public Power District is doing its part to help you prepare. Right now, you can receive a $400 new home $100 incentive for wiring your current home in preparation for an electric vehicle charging station. You'll be electric ready, add value to your property, and make our state more sustainable. Learn more at nppd.energywisenebraska.com.
Whether you want to lose weight, build muscle, or improve your athletic performance, Enzo Athletic Performance is your new home. Want to try it out? Visit enzotraining.com for a full schedule of classes and open gym hours. Sign up for your 1-week free trial today. No contracts. Stay because you love it, not because you have to. Enzo Athletic Performance of North Platte.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley as we get ready for kickoff. St. Pat's Cambridge here, game number 2. They'll probably rely on him certainly a lot in game number 1. But, this is a balanced team a year ago. 201 rushing yards, 166 through the air. Probably one of the more balanced teams you'll find in Class D1. So that's about as good as you want if you're a Cambridge Trojan. I would expect a lot of the same this year. Maybe not game 1, but we'll see. But I'd imagine you'll see a Wright and Ty Stanton certainly for a lot of this game.
Yeah, and I think when you're getting started in the season, just to get your feet under you, you want to try to establish a run game. And if you have kind of a workhorse, I would expect him to get a few opportunities here early on for sure.
St. Pat's, Cambridge again. This kind of storied rivalry, of course. They hadn't played since 2015 going to last year when the Irish won 55-28. Scored on their first 6 possessions of that game, 7 of 8 in the first half. That game was 55-8 at halftime. The starting defense gave up 1 first down in that entire game for North Platte St. Pat's. And so we're looking for look forward to another one. But this was, this is a team since 2003. They've played 20 times. The Irish have won 9 straight. Cambridge last one in the 2010 regular season. It's been a storied rivalry. We're looking forward to another one here today. Cambridge will kick left to right on your radio dial. The black uniforms with orange helmets. St. Pat's receiving in the white uniforms, green numerals, gold helmets out there. We might have to get the window cleaned up. We got a few raindrops on the windshield in front of us. Here's the kick, left to right on your radio dial. Jackson nicely backtracking, and he'll take it into the end zone, and that will be an automatic touchback now. They call it. Took him a minute to get his whistle in his mouth. The official didn't quite know. Didn't have his hand in his didn't have the whistle in his mouth, and so Irish will bring it out to the 15-yard line to start this ball game.
Yeah, I think Jackson did what he needed to do there. He received it. I think he probably thought, I think my foot was on the line there, but it didn't get blown dead, and fortunately there wasn't any physical hit there or anything.
Irish come out, Braxton Richards, Ben Melton, then Logan Dodson left to right. Your left tight end, of course, Thomas Gale. And on the right side, Brecken Erickson. Under center is Sam Trushinsky. He's got James Hyrigs and Jackson Nicely in the backfield on a pro set to start this one off. Right to left in your radio dial from Cambridge High School. Glad you're with us on KODY. Here's a veer right, fullback gets it, and a dive play. Takes it out to the 19-yard line for James Hyrigs to start it off, a 4-yard gain for Hyrigs. James, last week, 22 carries, 163 yards, 4 touchdowns, all career highs. And going back to the day that Jackson Roberts went out, 80 carries, 8 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns. He's been a workhorse since that in the Perkins County game a year ago.
Yeah, and he's really a violent runner. I mean, you better mean business when you go to wrap him up, because he's gonna pack a wallop.
It looks like I formation for St. Pat's. This time it'll be the deep back. Jackson Nicely off the left side, slips 1 at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, able to take it out to the 23 and set up a 3rd down and short for St. Pat's. So 1 for each back. Jackson Nicely also with a career high 106 yards on 9 carries, a couple touchdowns a week ago. All of those numbers for both players, career days. Now 3rd down and 2 for St. Pat's after a pair of runs.
And Jackson Nicely, we're all well aware of what he can do on the perimeter and when he gets into the open field, but I think the coaches are going to like that last run by Jackson. Had his shoulders low, was able to shift a little bit to the side and keep his shoulders low and finish that run.
3rd down and 2. Fullback gets it right side. Push forward. Got him across the 25. It should to the 26 go Hyrigs. He'll pick up a 1st down. So 3 straight carries. Pretty vanilla for the Irish, but they pick up a 1st down after going 3 for 10 last week on 3rd downs. 1 for 1 to start the game, and they move the chains.
Yeah, good decision there by Sam Trushinsky on the veer, just to give it on the dive. There was a good surge there, and the Irish are seeing an even front here, 4-3 defense. Well, now maybe a shift, but it looked like 4-3.
Wing back right, this time Jackson Nicely, the lone back behind the quarterback Sam Trushinsky, the senior signal caller. From the 26, quick pitch right side, Nicely trying to get to the edge, cuts through 2 defenders, and dives around that right side in Brecken Erickson and picked up half a 1st down.
Yeah, and looked like Logan Dodson maybe pulled out there as well, and they did a good job of giving Jackson some room on the perimeter.
All right, 2nd down and 5 from the 31-yard line here. Rainfall before at 6:15. He got a pretty good rainstorm, and it's moved out. I think we're going to be good for the rest of the night here. I'm not sure if it's stopped quite yet, maybe just lightly spitting. 2nd and 5 from the Cambridge 30 or from their own 31. This time a counter near side to the outside edges. Hyrigs, and he'll get thrown back. I got through into 1 tackle, through a 2nd tackle, and he might have the 1st down. Boy, Ben Hobart, he had him wrapped up, it looked like, and he could not bring him down. Otherwise, that was going to be not much of a game. Hyrigs is going to get marked right at the stick, and I think they're probably going to get him the 1st down. They've not signaled it yet, but boy, from here it looks like he's easily got it. FAR officials saying yes, he does, and now the White Hat agrees. Nice 5-yard gain by Hyrigs. He had to fight for that first.
He did have to, and I thought initially it was a pretty quick hitter, and he didn't have a lot of opportunity to bounce it outside. Then he made up for that by fighting through that tackle and getting the 1st down.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now from near midfield. Handoff right side. Jackson nicely hits a wall this time. Nowhere to go. Cambridge D-line stonewalls him for no gain. It'll bring up 2nd down as he gets right back to the line of scrimmage. First 0 play for the Irish offense.
Yeah, really good penetration there by the Trojan front. And as you said, a first negative yardage or no gain play there for the Irish.
2nd down and 10. 3 rushes for Hyrigs, 3 rushes for Nicely here for the St. Pat's offense in the white uniforms. A little bit of light rain still falling here for this one here from Cambridge High School. We came down through a pretty good storm as we came down to the game with some hail, down power lines, and some strong wind, but not too bad right now. Probably pretty comfortable outside, and before the Irish can snap it, we'll get a timeout. We'll take it with them. Timeout brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. No matter where you're going, Mid-Plains can take you there with 6 individual campuses. Mid-Plains Community College is your next home. Check them out at mpcc.edu. Opening drive for the Irish, 8:22 in quarter 1. Scoreless after this.
Find your favorite beverages at Quick Stop with fountain machines with flavor fusion shots, alligator ice slushies, 8 varieties to choose from, gourmet 100% Arabica house blend, and exclusive Seattle Buzz coffee. And for real shakes and smoothies. Pick up your Quick Rewards card today and start saving. Members enjoy rollback prices at the pump every Tuesday and Thursday. Quick Stop with the lowest beer prices in town and happy hour twice daily, and we never close. Quick Stop with 27 locations open 24/7.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the Whoop Whoop
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock. Whoop Whoop.
Acting nicely on a carry there out of the timeout. He's going to lose a yard. Coach, you saw that one. What happened there?
Just pitch trap, and it was just very well played by the Trojan front there. And I think, after the timeout, that's something that, and maybe the Trojans came out in a little different alignment. The Irish coaching staff had taken that timeout. They didn't feel like they were going to play they liked. Came out with that, and the Trojans made the quick adjustment and made a nice play there.
Ball at the 35-yard line here for St. Pat's. They've got 3rd down and 11. Long 3rd down. Pro set behind Drashinsky. Runs veer left. Dive back. Gets it. It's Hyrigs. Takes it across midfield. He'll dive to the 39-yard line. and be stopped there. It'll be about a gain of 6, but needing 7 more on now what will be 4th down. It's a good first down carry, but 3rd and 11, not quite enough. And now decision time as they're just barely in Trojan territory. And it looks like a different group going to come onto the field and probably going to punt for the first time this year. And so credit Cambridge getting a stop here on the opening drive that stalls out with 8 plays. And the Irish will see Brecken Erickson punt for the first time. Last year, 13 punt, 30-yard average, 4 inside the 20. He'll try to do that here. Cambridge does not send anybody back. And so Erickson should have a free opportunity here to just try to pooch this one and pin Cambridge back inside their own 15, maybe 10-yard line. He picks it up just off the ground. He'll pick it up and get a pooch punt. It's going to bounce at the 10. It's going to take a nice bounce inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line, maybe 7 before it's touched by Jackson nicely. So a good job by Brecken Erickson on a good pooch punt. And out will come Cambridge with a stop at 6:36 to go here in the opening quarter on your scoreboard.
Yeah, that was a really good punt by Brecken. I mean, you described it accurately as a pooch, but he didn't really want to get that thing up in the air. He was punting into a fairly stiff wind here.
Yeah, the wind's been pretty strong here, and that's keeping the mosquitoes probably at bay for those that are outside. We're in a nice press box. It's just not a lot of airflow. The windows are up top, and they don't go all the way. So I noticed we've got some rain on there. We'll clear it off when the rain stops at least. Here's I formation for the Trojan offense. They work left to right from their own 70-yard line. Opening possession of the game for them, and they give it to the fullback and nowhere to go. Brecken Erickson right there as Tromsky gives the handoff, and maybe a yard, but then 81 held him up. Ty Stanton getting the carry. He'll be the workhorse for this team. 5'11", 190-pound senior after 635 yards a year ago and 5 scores. They'll give him 2 with forward progress on the first play.
Yeah, I think both the big guys on that side of the Irish defense, I think it was Brecken Erickson and maybe Braxton Richards as well, had him wrapped up there in the backfield.
2nd down and 8, working left to right from their own 9-yard line. Under 6 to play with a rainbow off to the west, right over the scoreboard here. Cambridge in the gun, so you'll see multiple formations from this team. 1 split to each side for Tromke. He's got a back on his left hip in the black uniforms. Receives the snap, fakes the handoff. Tromke up the middle, got a big hole. 20 up to the 25. Tromke getting slipped up at about the 33-yard line, but a huge carry for Carson Tromke. Irish bit on the handoff, and it was a big hole for number 11.
Just a zone read there by Tromke, and really good run, and got a little hint at his speed there. Really didn't get touched until well into the Irish secondary.
24-yard gain here for Carson Tromke here for the Trojans. Moves the chain left to right in your radio dial. They're all the way out to the 33-yard line on their own side. Big carry for Tromke on the second play of the game and the second play of the season for Cambridge. Working from their own 33. I formation now for him. He will give it to his fullback. Good push. And he picks up a couple, maybe 3. And I think that's Stanton again on the carry, the senior, before he's brought down after a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, he got into kind of in the second level before there's a lot of contact there as well.
On that offensive line for Cambridge, it's not small. 6'4", 220-pound senior Brody Wood. Hunter Perks is a 6', 190-pound senior, really good two-way starter. You'll see Braden Miller. Ben Hoberty's a big guy at 6'2", 170. And Trev Burke, the 6', 220-pound sophomore. So they got some good size. Now they go Y on 2nd and 6. Put out 4. Now they shift back into an I formation. Under center, Tromke working left to right. Fullback gets out right away, and this time thrown back. It's going to be right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain. Irish came away with the ball, Trzynski, but they're going to say he was down. A half-yard gain for Ty Stanton sets up about 3rd down and 6.
Good play there. There was good penetration on the part of the Irish up front, and got hold of him pretty early on in the proceedings.
3rd down and 6 now as they operate. I can't quite see the midfield marker here. I got to remember it's just to my right here, so just shy of midfield at the 38-yard line here. Working left to right, first 3rd down of the season for the Cambridge Trojans. 4 wide for Tromke in the gun. Has not looked to throw yet. This time Will looks left, lefty, looks to run, now takes off. He will go down, now he'll throw it late, and it's going to be incomplete. Boy, for him, luckily, it fell well short of his intended target. Risky throw there, but it fell where nobody was, and Brecken Erickson pulling him down as he threw it, and that's going to force the Trojan punt.
Yeah, that play on a fairly obvious pass type down where they weren't able to give Tromke much time at all maybe bodes fairly well for the Irish. And as you said, he was actually fortunate he wasn't able to get a little bit more on that ball because it was mostly Irish defenders back there.
Hoberty to punt. He's a good one. 35-yard average a year ago. Back deep, James Hyricks for St. Pat's to receive this here. Remember, there's a decent amount of wind in this, so this might be a little difficult. He's the lone man back. Hoberty, the receives the snap, has time, gets a punt off, high angled kick out of bounds, and no return for James Heinrichs. Not a bad punt. We'll see if they mark it, but it's going to keep the ball out of 23 and a punt return for St. Pat's, so probably one that they'll take, and St. Pat's will take over with 3:34 to go here in the opening quarter as we are scoreless here between St. Pat's and Cambridge. You get enough rainfall, and then we lose our focus here on the camera, so we'll adjust that here accordingly as we can.
That actually turned in the Irish pretty deep here.
And so it'll be 1st down and 10 here for the Irish offense here. We'll get the camera off here fixed in just a moment. First, we're going to have whistles blow and a clock stoppage with 3:25 to go in the opening quarter. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and regroup here from Cambridge. Back after this.
Allo is here to give you the FYI. Are your shows buffering? We know why. Are your games lagging? Don't deny. Your work calls dropping? Here's the FYI. Your old school internet company can't keep up. They give it a try. Their network isn't enough. Don't get trapped in their gimmicks and lies. It's time to fiber your internet with Allo. Honest, local, and hassle-free is what we stand by. Experience Allo Internet. Visit allofibra.com/FYI.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
Like our St. Pat's Irish sports teams, life can come at you hard and fast. When it does, and you need a lawyer, give me, Marty Trashinsky, a call. I'm happy to have an initial visit with you at no charge. I've been handling criminal cases, civil disputes, and general legal matters here in North Platte for over 30 years. Let's work together to find a common-sense solution to your legal matter. Visit my website at troshlaw.com or give me a call at 534-4837. And go Irish!
Out of the timeout here from Cambridge, St. Pat's again, and the Cambridge Trojans here, second drive for St. Pat's, and they give it off the right side, and now look at the throw, actually. The throw it out for Brecken Erickson, who's got a first down after the 25, 27-yard line. Here, a first down pitch and catch from Sam Trashinsky. And it's going to be a first down pitch and catch for the Irish offense. We got Mr. James O'Malley fixing our camera here. We're inside, and we're not able to we'll get that worked out, but that's a first down run, pitch and catch of 15 yards for St. Pat's. They move the ball through the air from Sam Trashinsky. First completion for Erickson of the year and a first down out to the 26-yard line, and now whistles fly and a flag flies before that play can get underway for North Platte St. Pat's.
Especially disappointed maybe there with that infraction because that's a play that the Irish, a lot of times have success the first time they run it, that scissors or kind of a wingback counter, and so they show that and give up that element of surprise to some degree. Really good job, by the way, previous play by Sam of being patient and letting Brecken come open.
I thought you were going to say especially disappointed by my video broadcast, but I'm glad you didn't. Here's first down and 15 now from their own 22. Veer right, fullback has it, and just back out to a 4-yard gain. Cambridge doing a pretty good job of not letting it get to the second level. That D-line is holding on for short gains.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. There's not a huge surge. There's a little seam there, but not a lot of driving the Trojans off the ball there.
Second down and 11 coming up. Heinrichs now 5 carries, 22 yards here from Cambridge. We're scoreless in this one so far. The Irish and Trojans 2:07 and clicking first quarter. Slow start, second possession for St. Pat's. First one went 8 plays and ended up with a punt. High formation. Heinrichs nicely dotting it here with second and 11 from their own 26-yard line. This time Trashinsky, fullback, gives it again near side and then hit right away and brought down right away. Good stop by the Trojans. Second player was Braden Miller. I didn't catch the first, but it's a short gain, and it's going to set up third down and 10 after the gain of 1.
Yeah, and this probably isn't the time to look for it because the play action's much less effective on third and long, but I think going forward here, they're stacking the line pretty tight. The Irish are maybe going to have to go to a throw earlier in the downs at some point here.
Well, Jackson nicely split out left. Brecken Erickson split out right. I formation behind Trushinsky. 3rd down and 10. Back to throw is Trushinsky with time. Sets, throws, jump ball for Brecken Erickson, far sideline, and he fell down. It's tipped away by Hoberty. It'll be a 4th down and a punt for North Platte St. Pat's once again. The rain continues to mess with our camera. Sorry about that. We're kind of at the mercy of the rainfall drops here. And it's going to be 4th down and 10 as Trushinsky. Right idea to jump ball, I thought, to Brecken Erickson.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'd like his chances going and getting it. I'm not too sure Brecken maybe couldn't have made a play on the ball, but as you said, he lost his footing there late.
So he'll punt for the 2nd time. First one was pinned inside. Cambridge has nobody back, and they're not really going after him, so they're playing safe. Now he can put the boot to it. This is going to be a good one. It bounces at the 15. It's going to roll inside out about the 13-yard line. Another good punt, so 2 of them inside the 20. There is a flag, though, here back at inside St. Pat's territory at about the 31-yard line, I believe, right? That's a flag?
Yeah, and I think that in that case, if it's against St. Pat's, you have a decision to make. If you're Cambridge, it's always a little bit risky to give back the possession no matter what the situation.
Right. At the 15 is where it's marked. Officials are still discussing what this penalty is here as the wind continues to blow.
The chains have moved, so they got a real problem here.
Right.
They already advanced the chains, so now they got to figure out what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, they're going to have to. And that's what they're realizing that now, and they're bringing St. Pat's back.
And he's going to talk to the St. Pat's captain here, so I'm not for sure what they got again. They've got an issue here because the chains had already moved.
So we'll work that out, and it will be Irish look like they're bringing their punt group back on here, or is that starting offensive line or starting offense?
Looks like they got their offense
back
out there.
They still haven't signaled what the penalty is.
They have not signaled what the penalty is, and I'm not for sure if anybody knows.
It's a hold on Cambridge.
I got to believe that where the flag was thrown, they must have held one of the gunners here on the outside.
Coach Catlin Rice is getting an explanation now. Prior to that, it was, I want to say, 4th and 10.
Well, it'd be, I mean, if you do the math, I think it would be a 1st down, but I don't know if the spot even is probably not critical, but that's a problem when the chains move early.
It's going to be an Irish 1st down, whatever it is, right at midfield. So they're getting a 1st down out of it all, and they're right at midfield. Coach Rice is out on the field asking for an explanation right now. He's not real happy at all. And it will be St. Pat's ball with minute 1 to go in the 1st quarter on our scoreboard, brought to you by Sandhills Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Learn more at nppd.com. And Coach Rice still, I think, trying to just get the official to come over and maybe talk to him here.
Well, I think on that the hold is prior to the punt, I think, is maybe what's at issue.
So 1st down and 10, Irish at midfield. Boy, what a break here for the green and gold. Can they use it? This time, flag will fly and stop play before the Irish can hand it off to Jackson Nicely. And they're going to pick up 5 more yards on a penalty before the snap. I didn't see who jumped, but it must have been somebody on this near side as the judge on the line, on the near side, threw the flag. It'll back him up 5 1st and it's on the field quarter track. Your heating and cooling units work hard and service on them is sometimes needed. When the air conditioning stops running cold or your furnace shuts down, call Langmeyer Heating and Cooling of North Platte for service or a new unit altogether. That's Langmeyer Heating and Cooling of North Platte, 534-5848. So 1st and 15, Irish come back a couple times on this possession. Now from their own 35. This time it's Trushinsky. Hand off right side. Jackson Nicely got through one tackle, got through another down the sidelines. 25 to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jackson Nicely. No flags. And it's an Irish score. 45-yard touchdown run by Jackson Nicely gets St. Pat's on the board first.
Yeah, well blocked at the point of attack. And then, as I described earlier, the Trojans are really crowding the line of scrimmage, which, they've done a good job of stopping that inside run game. Of course, the issue is then if you get a seam right there at the point of attack, you don't have a lot of help deep, and that's kind of what the Trojan defense ran into there, and then the good speed by Jackson Nicely, of course.
Jackson Nicely putting one in for 45 yards out. Sutton Tickle 6 of 7 on PATs last week. Looking to go 1 for 1, and this one is up and through for St. Pat's. They grab a 7-0 lead on a 5-play, 69-yard drive. Jackson Nicely from 45 yards out punches it in. St. Pat's 7, Cambridge 0. Back to Cambridge after this on Husker Radio.
Now in our 20th year, the North Platte Bulletin remains committed to the principles we've had from the start. Independent news service, factual reporting, in-depth information about the city and this part of Nebraska, all presented at a handy price. We're not in it for money, power, or prestige. We just love what we do, giving you the information you need to know and better understand this area and your community. So give us a call, find us on the web or Facebook. Subscriptions are just $38 a year, despite runaway inflation.
Are you thinking of selling your farm or ranch property, or just need to know what it's worth for estate planning purposes? Please call me, Jordan Mawson, at Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers for a free, no-obligation opinion of value on your property. I have a lifetime of agricultural experience and have been helping clients buy and sell land for over 10 years. Selling land is a big and sometimes tough decision, so understanding the many factors at play in today's market will help you make a sound decision for the best possible outcome. Look me up on Facebook or on my agent profile at lashleyland.com.
HG Management's ready to put their half a century of experience to work for you, whether it's farm and ranch management, ag appraisals, or ag real estate sales. See Kurt Pieper, Hank Nicely, or Justin Pieper at HG Management in North Platte. Tanner Struckman back with you here in Cambridge. 7-0 Irish after a 45-yard touchdown run from Jackson Nicely. And nice delay here before we have the kickoff. I'm not sure why. Coach Braithwaite is out talking to the official here. Sutton Tickle's going to tee it up for North Platte St. Pat's in the white uniforms, back deep for Cambridge. Will be in the black uniforms, Ben Hoberty and Tayton Keppen. Irish, again, nice 45-yard run on that right side by Jackson Nicely. And now the kickoff here from Tickle once again. Tickle didn't get all that one, came off his foot awkward, and we will have whistles fly before it can touch a Cambridge Trojan.
Kick by number 7, Sutton Tickle.
And are they going to give him a re-kick here?
I don't know what
I'm not sure.
Perhaps maybe the whistle hadn't blown yet. Maybe it hadn't been blown ready. I don't know for sure.
Well, so that's pretty fortunate there for Sutton Tickle. He's going to get another chance to boot this one away. Well, I'm not sure why. I mean, usually that doesn't really matter in that situation. That's just tough luck, but Irish will take it nevertheless, and Sutton Tickle will tee it up. Now the ball blows over again with the wind, and they'll get somebody to come over and hold it here. Up 7-0. Over Cambridge. 20 seconds to go in our first quarter here. We'll try to get a window clean here. Maybe we got the long arms. It benefits having a long. If we can get the wipes back. We had those for a while. Appreciate Cambridge for having those for us. It's just the wind's blowing the rain right in. We got a nice little covering, actually. It's a nice press box. It's just a little wet on the windshield. Tickle this time with a holder. Gets a high boot. It's going to be returnable, though, for Ben Hoberty. He'll catch it at his own 7-yard line across the 10 to the 15. Near side has a seam. 20, 25 down the sideline, and he's going to get blasted down by the kicker, Sutton Tickle, right at the 30. He kind of slipped down, did Hoberty, but a good return by Ben Hoberty. Trojan ball with 11 seconds to go here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, I think probably actually fortunate there for the Irish. The Trojans had the Irish pretty well outnumbered here as Hoberty came back to the near side.
So, first down and 10 Trojans, probably last play of this first quarter here. St. Pat's 7, Cambridge 0 as they try to clean the ball off and keep it dry here from Cambridge with rain still continuing to fall. It's not real strong, but that wind certainly affecting it as well. There's still a lot of people pretty dry out, though. There's not a ton of rain. It's just a lot of it's falling on our window. Man in motion out of the backfield here for Trojans comes one of them in black. Back to throw is Tromke this time. Nowhere to go, and Brecken Erickson just melees him in the backfield for his first sack of the year. 4th tackle for loss for 81. Well, I don't know how 81 comes unimpeded, but he did there.
Yeah, well, that's something that's going to have to get shored up pretty quickly. Tromke was pretty upset. I mean, look, it's difficult. It's difficult to block Brecken, but you can't leave him unblocked, and that's what happened there.
It'll be end of the first quarter. 2nd and 15 coming up for Cambridge. St. Pat's 7, Trojan 0. We're back with the second next on Husker Radio.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way.
23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
Why wait? You don't have to sit around a long time waiting to register just to have your lab work done. Whether you are at the North Platte Health Pavilion or Westfield Shopping Center, Pathology Services has multiple drawing stations and ample personnel to draw your blood tests quickly so your time is better spent elsewhere. Simply tell your doctor you want your lab test performed at the first floor in North Platte Health Pavilion or Westfield Shopping Center at Pathology Services.
Pathology Services of North Platte. Learn more at pathologyservices.com.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY. Second and 15, start of the second quarter for North Platte St. Pat's and Cambridge. Irish 7, Cambridge zip. Here's 4 wide for the Trojans. Tropke looking this way. Pass complete down the near sideline. It's going to be a good gain on second and 15. Tackle on the play by Sam Trushinsky and Mason Giebler. But a nice completion there to Braden Miller, the sophomore. He had 3 grabs a year ago and sets up now third down and 8, gain of 7.
Yeah, that was a nice play. That was a fairly low-risk pitch and catch there and well executed by Cambridge.
So now third down and 8 with 11:55 to go in our quarter number 2. St. Pat's with a 7-0 lead. Trojans going back 4 wide. On the near hash, working right to left in your radio dial. Tromke now 1 for 2 in this game. Back in the backfield by himself. See if the Irish come after him or not. They send 4. Pressure coming. Throws it far side. Dropped. Incomplete. Intended for Creighton Ruggles, a sophomore. Where actually Ty Stanton, And it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and probably a punt, 4th and 7.
Yeah, and they're going to have to unload the ball pretty quickly when you're in that formation. You're 3 on 4 there. And that's pretty rough to protect very long. It's just kind of a timing deal.
Got a quick throw and probably there, but there was a defender right on the back of Ruggles, so probably wouldn't have gotten the first. And now Hoberty back to punt. Back deep's James Hyrigs by himself here. Hoberty receives it, and the punt, a side one off the side of his foot. Not a good one. It's going to be pretty good field position here for St. Pat's. That one just went off the side of Hoberty's foot to the near side. St. Pat's have good field position with 11:44 to play here in our second quarter. And they will mark this pass. Actually, where are they putting it now? Well, now they're going to reset.
He's going the wrong way. The guy's trying to get him to. I'm not sure.
Boy, that's a tough spot for the Irish because
I think that ball took a hard turn.
Yeah, that's a fortunate spot for Cambridge. The ball was caught beyond the 31, out of bounds, and that tells you it had to be closer to 35 instead of the 31. Irish take over. All right. First and 10, green and gold here from Cambridge High School. Here's an I formation. Trushinsky to nicely left side. Good carry. He'll pick up nice carry before he gets to the second level here.
Good physical run there by Jackson Nicely. He lowered his shoulders there, and that's a really good sign for the Irish. If he can add that kind of a physical aspect to his run game along with his speed, then you're really dangerous.
8-yard gain, 6 carries, 61 yards for him. 2nd and 2, ball just shy of midfield at the 39. 11:07 second quarter. St. Pat's 7, Cambridge 0. Under center, Trushinsky, play action, look at throw. He's got Brecken Erickson wide open. He lays it out for him, a little behind him. It's going to be caught though by Erickson at the 5. He's down to the 1-yard line. Boy, just beyond the reach of Hoberty. It'll be first and goal at the 1.
I thought Sam might have hung onto the ball just a little bit too long there. Yeah, I think he was trying to let Brecken clear, but Brecken was clear and not maybe the best night to get a good grip and throw that long ball, but Sam did a good job of getting it to him.
39-yard completion down to, we'll call it the 2-yard line, and it's going to be St. Pat's with a first down and goal.
And I think it's really important if you're going to throw the ball to get that done in the early downs a little bit to back them off you a little bit.
First and goal at the 2. Trushinsky under center. Hyrigs behind him. He'll get the tote right side, and James Hyrigs with a pile pushes in for a score. Touchdown Irish, 13-0.
Yeah, that was a big one there. The pass from Trushinsky to Brecken Erickson, and really good concentration on the part of Brecken on that catch. Of course, I'm going back a play here, but that was a difficult catch because the defender had stopped up short, thought he had a play on the ball. It carried over him. Of course, Brecken's got to keep focus on the ball through the defender's hands.
So the extra point from Trushinsky holding and Sutton Tickle kicking here into the west end zone with 10:38 to go. They'll fake it back to throw Trushinsky. It's covered up. Now he looks to roll left. He's got a receiver out there, throws it late to Gale, but just overthrows him incomplete. That was there, though, and that was kind of the back end valve. But 2-point conversion won't be good for St. Pat's, and it'll remain 13-0 with 10:38 to go here in quarter number 2. We'll take a timeout. We're back to Cambridge High School after this.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere. I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it. Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything. I already have some there. Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
Looking for used items at a big discount, all while supporting St. Patrick's Catholic Church? Shop The Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. The Bargain Bin is open Fridays and Saturdays 10 to 3 and sells everything from household items, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, your donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Thursday 9 to noon, Friday and Saturday 10 to 3. After hours, call St. Pat's. Proceeds benefit St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Shop The Bargain Bin today.
If you need a thicker, greener, more troublesome lawn, call Jorgensen's Lawn Service at 368-4000 with fertilizer, iron, and weed and insect control. Jorgensen's proudly serves the entire area. Call today for a free estimate, 368-4000. Back here to Cambridge, St. Pat's 13-0 with a touchdown run by James Hyrigs. Now Sutton Tickle tees it up. He'll kick left to right with a little wind at his back. This one, a boomer, and no doubt about it, a touchback for Sutton Tickle, which kind of been, he was terrific at that last week. He had 6 of them last week in that game, and first one there.
Yeah, he has a little bit of a tailwind here, and he got that thing, he struck it really well and got it up in the air, and then the wind carried it long. Going back to the PAT try there, I don't know if that was a thing that they saw on the first PAT attempt here that they thought they'd have somebody open there, or if it's something going back to film from last year. Plus, I think that's always something you'd like to have on film just to slow the rush.
All right, first down and 10, Irish I formation for the Trojans. They shift out of that, and they'll put 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Tromke with Stanton on his left hip. Cambridge's third drive, a couple punts so far. 10:38 to go, second quarter, gives it to the back right side. Stanton got a good hitter, hits that second level, brought down by Hyrigs, but that's a first down run. Stanton just runs over Trushinsky, who holds on, but that's a gain of 11 and a Trojan first down, their second of the game.
Yeah, that was a good quick hitter there, and I think it could be that Cambridge's shift there kind of had the Irish off balance. I think they were aligned, but you're not really ready to go, and they ran that quick hitter.
Same formation again this time on second down. Quick pass out to the near flat, incomplete, intended there for Braden Miller, out into the flat, and he couldn't corral it. Now Tromke 1 for 4, 2nd and 10 coming up.
In Tromke's defense, I think 1 for 4, but two of those balls were pretty much on the receiver and just not hauled in. And, again, not necessarily an ideal day for the passing game. Ball's got to be a little bit damp.
You're listening to KODY North Platte with Translator K291BW, North Platte and 106.1 FM. CT Computer Services on the corner of Phillip and Willow, offering tune-up Tuesdays, where all-in-shop services are half price. That's CT Computer Services. Technology saw back here in Cambridge. Maybe had a equipment malfunction by one of the Trojans. He came off, or maybe blood on the arm there of Stanton, it looks like. So he's replaced. Trojan ball, 2nd and 10. Clock running with 10:12 to go. Probably should not be running. That was an incomplete pass. Nevertheless, clock moves. Here's from the middle of the field. Trojans right to left in your radio dial. They'll give it deep back near side. Now nothing doing. Irish are ready for that backup back. And on the stop, Sam Trushinsky underneath. Braxton Richards making a stop as well. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and I think that play maybe was designed to go a little bit more outside, and Brecken on this near side got really good penetration and pinched it back down in and got some help there from the tackle and linebacker to finish that play.
That was Jaden Ruff on the carry. His first of the year sets up 3rd down and 10 here for for Cambridge offense with 9:33 to go in the second quarter. On our scoreboard, brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Learn more at nppd.com. We are in the elements here in Cambridge. Rain continues to fall, but we're playing football. That's the good news. Shotgun formation for Tromke, and now a timeout taken by the Cambridge Trojans, and we will take it to St. Pat's, Cambridge, 13-0 Irish, 9:17 second quarter. Come on back. More high school football after this.
Putting your family first.
Are you looking for the right dentist for you and your family? Phelps Family Dentistry has you covered. Dr. Lene Phelps and Dr. Kelly Hansen will make sure your family has the healthiest smile. Whether it's dental cleanings, fillings, same-day crowns, or total smile makeovers. Call our office at 534-4040 or visit us at phelpsdds.com to schedule your family's next dental appointment. And go Irish!
Hosting a get-together, event, or party? Use Occasions in North Platte, the area's event venue for gatherings of up to 55 people inside with a beautiful outdoor patio as well. Occasions is where you want your event held. Call Allison at 534-2533 or Mike at 227-2602 to book today. Parking your RV, boat, jet ski, or camper? Park it at MDN LLC Storage. Conveniently located at North Lake Road, MDN LLC Storage is safe and secure with gated pin-pad entry and security cameras monitoring 24/7. Call Faith at 532-1332 or Mike at 227-2602 to get your spot.
Welcome back to Cambridge here on Husker Radio's KODY. It's a 3rd down and 10 for the Cambridge offense. 9:17 to go here in the second quarter. Quarterback keeper, it's Tromke on the zone read near side. Tromke going to be brought down by Logan Dodson. Thrown down. High tackle, but I guess a clean one for Dodson. I think the fans and sidelines wanted maybe a penalty on that, but it's going to be short of a first down by about 1 or 2. It was a high tackle from Logan, but apparently clean. Everybody was right there. Officials were right there, and it sets up a 4th down and run. It was a good run, but it wasn't quite enough, and it's 4th down and 1, a gain of 8.
Yeah, and we kind of suspected maybe out of the timeout they might try that zone read because Tromke had the big run on the second play of the game with that very play and had a nice gainer there as well.
Did you see anything on the tackle? Must have been clean.
I think they must maybe have the front of his shoulder pads is what I would guess. 4th
down and 2. Trojans call timeout before they can run it. They will take their final timeout of this first half and think about this 4th and 2 with 8:35 to go. We'll take another quick break. We're back to Cambridge right after this on Husker Radio.
Divorce is hard. You get hurt and then doubt sets in. Lindenmeyer Law Office knows your pain. While it feels hopeless and depressing, it's so important that you hire a law firm experienced in divorce litigation. Attorneys that know their way around the courtroom. Lindenmeyer Law will help you navigate those emotions. Amanda Spiker, Kent Florum, Kent Turnbull, and Bob Lindenmeyer are seasoned, tested warriors. Tori Herbie and Natalie Hoffman are energetic, bright, and creative with fresh ideas. We'll go to battle with you to make sure your rights are protected. It's a difficult process, one you won't walk away from feeling good, but you will walk away knowing that you fought for everything you were entitled to with Lindenmeyer Law Office.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
Welcome back. A big 4th down and 2 for Cambridge here from their own 34-yard line. 8:35 to go, second quarter, trailing 13-0. This time, under center is Tromke. Single back behind him. He'll keep it himself right up the middle. Ooh, boy, I don't know. I don't think he got it with a spot on the near side. No, he's signaling first down. All right. Boy, that was a quick call, but they're...
Yeah. It looked like it was maybe close enough to measure, but they're
it's not. All right.
There was a pretty good surge there, but he didn't make it much beyond that initial surge.
Trojans get their 3rd first down. Just shy midfield at the 37, 8:10 to go, maintaining possession. That's a big first down for Cambridge to just keep the ball on their side. Shotgun set here for Carson Tromke, 3 wide, and Stanton on his left hip. He'll keep it himself now, trying to break through a busted play, and he will get it. Get a nice carry on first down. Ultimately brought down on the play by James Hyrigs. That was a kind of a blown play that ended up getting 7 yards for Tromke.
I'm not for sure there if the Irish defender there maybe didn't think he had the ball and let him go. I think your coach really tackle them both when there's that kind of a mesh point. If you got him, tackle him. There's enough indecision about who has the ball. You better get him on the ground.
7:30 to go, second quarter. Cambridge is into St. Pat's territory at the 36, down 13-0. 2 split to the near side, 1 to the far side. Tromke in the gun with the back on his left hip. That gives it to the back. Stanton right side. First down carry to the outside. Drugged down eventually by Jackson nicely, but he's inside the 25. It's a first down run for Cambridge.
Yeah, really. Really good run there by Cambridge, a good finish. Well blocked, and then a good finish on the end as well.
All the way down to the 24, so ultimately a 12-yard gain and a first down carry for Cambridge. They're starting to get a little life. 3 first downs on this possession, and they moved it down to the Irish 24 with 7:10 to go in our second quarter. As St. Pat's were leading 13-0, scored on their last 2 possessions, but Cambridge is maintaining ball control, going on 4 minutes on this drive. Tromke in the gun, one to the far side, to the near side, with Stanton right next to him on his right side. Back to throw is the lefty, looking for a go route near side for Hoberty. Underthrown, Tickles got the INT inbounds at the 11-yard line. Underthrown him, and Sutton Tickles got his first INT of the year defensively.
The interesting thing there is, Tanner, that's the most time that Tromke's had. He was actually able to set his feet there, but he was also throwing into the wind now, and so that's what makes it certainly more difficult. Very well played ball there by Sutton Tickle.
Yeah, he just came underneath it and was able to grab it. I mean, it's a pretty good matchup with Hoberty, who's got good height at 6'2", and that would have been a good opportunity for a jump ball for him, but underthrown, and Tickle takes it. First turnover will go St. Pat's way with 6:48 to go here in our second quarter. Irish now, long ways to go from their own 13. Handoff deep back, not much. There is maybe a yard there for the Irish back, and Jackson nicely. And Irish bring up second down and 9.
Going back to that last play on the interception, I think, again, in Tromke's defense, he's thrown into a fairly stiff wind, and I think he just got a little too much air under it and really hung up on him. Cambridge came back with a nice first down stand there defensively.
Got to give credit to this Cambridge defense. It's a 45-yard run. Outside of that, it's about 30-some yards of offense for St. Pat's on the ground. Of course, Irish have completed a couple passes for 44 yards. I formation, quick sweep right side, Jackson nicely, and he'll slip 2, fall forward to the 15. But once again, just too many black jerseys, orange hats. Ty Stanton on the stop with Braden Miller, and it sets up third down and probably about 8 yards after the gain of 1.
Yeah, agreed. They've just kind of got the Irish outnumbered at the point of attack, and again, now you're in third and long, and so it's a little bit there. You lose the element of surprise in terms of the passing game, but I would look for him maybe to try to get back to Brecken Erickson again.
5.5 to go, second quarter, 3rd and 8, ball on their own 15-yard line. So far, Trushinsky 2 for 3, both completions to Erickson. Wing back right, Trushinsky this time a counter around left side. It's James Hyrigs. James across the 20, up to the 30-yard line. James still running, pushes over defender at midfield to the 30, to the 29. He just bull rushed a Trojan right in midfield, threw him down with a stiff arm, and picks up a first down run.
Yeah, I'd call that a stiff forearm.
Holy cow.
He really delivered a blow there. And that play, a little counter there for James, and that scissors that we saw earlier, the Irish had jumped early and then came back to it there. Brecken Erickson, the near side tight end, was out there leading in front of James Hyrigs, and just a great combination of blocking and running there.
26-yard gain, now sweep left side. It's Jackson nicely, cuts inside, not much. Another gain of 1, but Trojans really holding strong on the traditional Irish runs. Dirk Sayer on the stop. 2nd and 9, 4:40 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and you might see the Irish come back with some more of that counter. They seem to be the initial surge and the play at the direct point of attack on ISO and even there on toss sweep. Cambridge is really doing a good job of flowing to the ball. Of course, the previous play, they did have good success on a counter type run.
2nd and 9, this time pro set behind Trushinsky, just in Cambridge territory. Counter pass, back to throw, has a wide open Thomas Gale, throws it out in the flat loaded nicely. He's got it at the 15, 20-yard line, 15, 10. Jackson nicely sips the tackle, touchdown. 39-yard pass. Jackson nicely finishes it. Boy, there were 2 Irish defense wideouts wide open, and nicely catches and runs all the way for a score. 39-yard pass, and the Irish put another touchdown on this time. First one through the air of the season.
Yeah, that was really nice. That was a really nice run after the catch there by Jackson. And as you said, I think Thomas Gale got so open so early that I don't think it really caught Sam's eye. I mean, he was way behind everybody else on the field.
3 for 4 for Trushinsky. What a bounce back for him through the air with a touchdown. Irish now go for 2 traditionally. Back to throw is Trushinsky on a fake pass. He's going to go into a fake run and finds Brecken Erickson wide open for the 2-point conversion, and that'll make it 21-0. North Platte St. Pat's as they get a 39-yard touchdown pass from Sam Trushinsky to Jackson nicely, and they make it 21-0 on Husker Radio. We're back to Cambridge after this.
North Platte welcomes Hilton True Wide's newest brand, True Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax on the patio by the fire pit with your favorite beverage from the well-stocked pantry, including wine and beer. Enjoy a state-of-the-art 55-inch television in your room and complimentary hot breakfast buffet. Earn and redeem Hilton's Honor Points. Book your True Guaranteed Best Rate at Hilton.com. The True by Hilton at exit 179 just off I-80 North Platte.
Welcome back to Cambridge on KODY, 1240 AM 106.1 FM. Our score, St. Pat's here 21-0 over Cambridge. A quick drive of 5 plays that ultimately went 7 yards for St. Pat's. 2 big plays, Coach. It's a stiff arm right at midfield by James Hyrigs, and then the 39-yard pass to from Trzynski to Nicely.
Yeah, really, it's good to see the Irish get a little bit of a passing game going. They didn't try to throw it a lot a week ago, but really didn't have guys open. But I think the difference is I think that Bridgeport was playing a little bit more straight up, and Cambridge, and I don't think it's a bad game plan. They're really crowding the line of scrimmage and really baiting the pass.
Tickled to kick this one off, and a beauty with the wind. It's going to carry way into the end zone. Cambridge ball with 4:03 to go in our second quarter. St. Pat's has opened up a 21-point lead here over the Cambridge Trojans with 3 straight touchdowns since their first drive that ended in a punt. Cambridge, meanwhile, punt, and an INT. Able to move the ball. Certainly last drive went 8 plays, but ended with an INT. Now they're going into the wind again with 4:03 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and they've had some really nice gainers, but of course the turnover hurt them, and the Irish have been able to just stiffen up just enough to end those drives.
I formation. Now they shift out of that here for Cambridge. Tromke in the gun with Stanton on his left hip. 4 minutes, 3 seconds to work with here for Cambridge. This time it'll be handoff right side. Stanton, short gain. Irish this time a nice group of them hold them up. Ben Melton, one of them, and that time they made sure they got the quarterback too.
I completely agree. That was the same thing I was thinking. When people run that zone read, you better get everybody wrapped up that potentially got the ball, and they did a much better job than on the previous series there.
2nd and 9, 3:38 to go, second quarter here. St. Pat's does have 2 timeouts. Cambridge none remaining, I don't believe. So Irish, if you get a stop here, got plenty of time yet, but you start thinking maybe you can get the ball back here right before half. Though Cambridge comes out tight formation, although watch for the motion. They've shifted out of that many times. This time straight up I, they'll stay in it on 2nd out and 9. Deep back gets it just on a straight ISO left and nothing doing. There's a tackle for loss for that Irish D-line. Logan Dodson, one of them, 34, making the number proud. Brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I think the Irish definitely want a timeout. And they didn't get it as quickly as they really wanted it there. But you said a mouthful there, Tanner, with regard to you play this differently, knowing that they don't have any timeouts.
Right.
If they've got 2 timeouts, now you give them another one, they pick up a first down here, but they haven't really gashed the Irish that much, and so you figure, well, if they do convert the 3rd and long, you maybe still run them short of time with their run game.
I got to give a couple shout-outs first off. Shout-out really to your brother James, who has wiped our camera window about 22 times. Shout-out to the Cambridge fans down below us who have dealt with that a little bit here today. And Cambridge, I do have to give a shout-out to the athletic director, Margot Kent, who told us there's 3 radio stations doing this today. And, it's a nice press box. There's room, but one of them is right next to the PA guys, and it's a little cramped in that main room. And but she told me there's no way we're getting you outside. You're going to be inside. You got all that equipment, so I appreciate that. I said, well, there's still some good athletic directors left, and she's one of them. So we certainly appreciate the hospitality to stay indoors, because this would have been a tough one outside, as I'm sure the filmer for St. Pat's, Braylon Braithwaite's enjoying it up above. He's in the rain, so our thoughts with him.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, just drizzly enough to keep you wet all the time.
Here's 3rd down and 9, 3:02 to go in the second quarter. 21-0, and Cambridge goes 4 wide. 2 to each side for Tromke by himself back there. Irish coming quick with 4. Pressure coming. He airs it up near sideline. Jump ball running stride for stride with Tatum Keppen, and it was through his fingertips at midfield.
Yeah, and there Sam got his hands up and created some difficulty for the receiver. And wasn't able to haul it in. Sam, I think if he could have reacted, gotten his head around, maybe has a chance to make a play on the ball. But of course, in that situation, you just want to knock it down anyway.
Tough punt here for Hoberty into the wind here, and Irish send James Heinrichs back to his own 30. Hoberty with pressure coming, gets it off, though, and it's going to be catchable for Heinrichs, but he goes down on his knees to catch it. No, they're going to say and I thought the same thing. I thought his legs were definitely down when he caught that. They say no. Only ended up being about another 5 yards, but he takes it maybe 8 yards, takes it into Cambridge territory at the 38.
The only thing, I mean, either it was just missed or he judged that he didn't completely possess the ball until he had his knee back off the ground. Either way, the Irish benefit there, as you said, about 8 yards.
Yeah, so great field position again, 2:43 to work with and a timeout for the Irish, up 21-0 here visiting Cambridge and looking for more. You got plenty of time. You've got probably the whole playbook here, and see what Coach Dodson draws up with Trzynski going under center, working left to right with a pro set behind him. This time, counter, handoff, right side nicely. Can't slip the tackle. He'll dive forward to the 35, pick up 3, second down, and probably just working quickly here.
Yeah, I think Jackson looked up inside, which is what you want. Maybe bounces that out early. It looked like maybe there was some room here on the near side.
It's going to be second down and 7. Clock running, 2:22 to go, second quarter from the Cambridge 35-yard line. Irish get up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Back to the pro set here. Do you see counter pass? Possibly. It's going to be just that. Trzynski rolling right, looking out to the flat. Caught by nicely. No, he dropped it. I was there, just a little behind him, but I think if Jackson catches that, he kind of hesitates, stops, and the defender flows by, and he's got some room to run.
Well, we know how that ends a lot of times when the fast guy gets the ball in the open field. That had the look of a big play, and as you said, particularly because he'd stop to catch it, and I think the defender passed by him, and he would have had some real open field there. So unfortunate there that they couldn't hook up.
Haven't seen boot yet from St. Pat's. Third down and 7 from the 35. 2:06 to go, second quarter. Wing back right. Do we see that scissor play with James Heinrichs again? It's 1-for-1. It will not be that. It'll be a quarterback keeper right side. Trzynski to the outside. Sam bites through tacklers, gets blown down right near the line of scrimmage. That's a first down run. Give him 8 yards. He moves the chains. Nice physical run by Trzynski.
And Sam did a good job of really driving forward, and then the last Cambridge defender that came in there blasted him ahead about 1.5 yards and really was the benefit, gave him the benefit of the first down there.
Clock restarts with 1:50 to go on the chains. Nice physical run, his first carry of the game. And a nice extra weapon. Nicely split out to the far side. Erickson near side, 1:40 clock running. Trzynski 5-step drop. Pressure coming, throws it up for Erickson, coming back for the ball. It's going to be intercepted. Back at the backfield, back at the 10-yard line, across the 15. Now looking to run to the 20-yard line. Far sideline, down the sideline, picking his way, and ultimately going to be tackled on the interception. It's Carson Tromke, and a late flag comes down as well over by the St. Pat's bench, and they're clapping like...
It doesn't make any difference. It's post change of possession, but it'll put Cambridge a little deeper hole here.
First turnover for St. Pat's, just a little underthrown there for Sam. He had some pressure. I think the key is probably getting back and trying to get that ball out a little quicker, but that time he just didn't have the opportunity. And the ball right now is spotted at the 27-yard line, but yeah, there was a late block, and I don't know that it was necessarily malicious or anything. It came late. And
I think the guy came running from across the field, and it was pretty close to right at the end of the play. Probably gets let go. I think sometimes that can depend on what sideline you're on there. He's over there on the Irish sideline, and it was a physical block. There's no question about that. But I don't know how much after the play was over that it was.
So from the 15 now with the penalty for the Trojans, 1:26 to go, second quarter. But that's a big stop for Cambridge. And now you try to get something here in the final 1.5 minutes. Shotgun set, no timeouts remaining for Carson Tromke and company. He will keep it right side himself, and this time meet Jackson nicely and Braxton Richards, who bear hug him, sandwich him down for a short gain of 1.
Yeah, good play there by the Irish, and I don't suppose that Cambridge gets too creative here. They're not going to want to make an error and give the Irish another chance. But on the interception, just came up a little short for Sam. I think his intent was to really hang it up high, and it just didn't get enough air under it, and it came up short, and the defender made a nice play on the ball.
Now, Cambridge being pretty patient to get to the backfield. I think they're going to run this clock out, maybe run one more play. 48 seconds to go now. Probably have to run 2. 2nd and 8 coming up here, and it will be shotgun set here for Cambridge. 2 wide, one to the near side. They'll give it to Stanton off the right side. Stanton going to be tackled, ultimately out of bounds by Sutton Tickle. And another late flag, and this is going to be a late tackle. It's going to be short of the first down. They move it out to the 23, and the Trojans fans rejoice. A 6-yard run, but there might be a 15-yarder tacked on with 32 seconds to go. Sutton just kind of rode him out of bounds, and they're going to give him a personal foul for it.
Huh.
Well, you know Sutton. He's a pretty malicious guy. That's back-to-back penalties for him. He's probably going to get a little ribbon for that, but he's certainly one of the nicest kids you're ever going to meet, but he's going to get a 15-yard penalty here.
Yeah. That being said, he's a tremendously nice kid, as you said, but he's also a physical football player. You know, he's one of those rare combinations of guy who, you know, is really mild-mannered, but as a competitor, he really gets after it.
So they move it out to the 39. It gives Cambridge a chance here with 32 seconds. They have no timeouts, but you got a chance for something here.
39-yard line.
And they've done it all on the ground so far with a couple plays. So 1st and 10 from their own 39. Tromke in the gun, but they've ran it out of this formation the last 2 times. Irish this time, they give it to Stanton. He flips one tackle. He's across the 30. Stanton to the outside to the 25. Stanton getting caught from behind inside the 15-yard line, but a big carry right to the 15. It'll be 22 seconds. Clock will restart on the chains. Cambridge going to go quickly here. All the way down to mark it at the 16. 25-yard gain for Ty Stanton as he moves the chains, and they'll work quickly here. 1st and 10, clock running, 15 seconds to go. Ball at the 16, Tromke receives it, Tromke gives it. Clock is running with 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and that is a head-scratcher right there. It's halftime.
Tanner, I thought for sure they'd throw the ball into the end zone. I mean, they could have thrown the ball into the end zone 2 or 3 times there, so that's a difficult finish if you're a Trojan fan.
That's halftime. 21-0 our score. St. Pat's leading Cambridge here at the halftime break from Cambridge High School. We've got a halftime presented by the St. Pat's Catholic School Endowment. When we return, we'll be hearing from St. Pat's senior Macy Cox, and then we'll come back and get you halftime numbers of this one. St. Pat's 21, Cambridge 0 on Husker Radio.
What's better than an Irish first down? How about a night of fun with your friends in support of the North Platte Catholic Schools? I'm Endowment Director Wendy Dodson, inviting you to save the date and join us at Green on October 21st. It's like the state championship of fundraising, all in support of St. Pat's, McDade, and Little Leprechaun. Dinner, drinks, games, prizes, silent and live auctions, Lucky Lotto, entertainment, and Coach Dodson will be there too. Check Facebook for details, watch the mail for your invite, and join us October 21st.
Mid-Plains Community College is the right choice to transform your future. With a variety of educational formats to choose from, including face-to-face, distance learning, online, and hybrid options, a career is just around the corner. But hurry! Fall classes begin August 21st at all campus locations. Check out our website at mpcc.edu to schedule a visit and transform your future today.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For a no-hassle quote, see local Shelter Insurance agents Pete Bowles or Brent Rocco in North Platte today.
Are you tired of fixing that old fallen down fence? Or maybe you're just ready to replace the one you have. Lazy TS Custom Fencing in North Platte is here to help. I'm Travis Cooley, the owner of Lazy TS Custom Fencing, and I specialize in all fencing needs, from barbed wire in the sandhills to the backyard fence in town. I also offer tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Call today for a free estimate, 308-539-9579. Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte.
Welcome back here, Irish Intermission. Here at halftime, we're talking with Macy Cox, a senior at St. Pat's. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How's senior year?
It's good. It's really good. It's going by fast already.
Is it? All right. Very good. Well, you're in your gear here today. You had a pretty good summer.
Yeah, it was really busy, but it was really good.
And you came away with some royalty, if you will?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am Miss Teen Radio Nebraska. I won that this summer, so it's a really big honor for me to have.
That's probably been one that, just in your goals you can check off.
Yes, definitely. One of my biggest goals. So that was really awesome to accomplish.
What's that feeling like when you get that award?
Oh, I didn't even know what to think. It was kind of surreal. I didn't really know. Like, I was just in shock. It still doesn't feel real sometimes, but it's awesome.
What did you get to do because of that for the rest of the summer?
I traveled to rodeos across the state and got to represent Nebraska, which is awesome, and meet a lot of other girls. So it's really been a great experience for me and just good life skills in general.
You get to keep that. How long do you keep that for?
Yep, it's a year long, and then I pass it on to the next girl who tries out the next year. So you get it for a whole year.
Very good. Macy Cox, a senior here at St. Pat's, talking with us. So is the next goal Miss Rodeo Nebraska?
Yes, it is. I mean, it'll be hard because it is your job at that point, but I think it will be a goal of mine, yes.
All right, so senior year, what are you involved in here at St. Pat's?
I'm in basketball and I'm a cheerleader.
Very good. And I know you were talking with students today, all the elementary kids, and getting autographs for them.
Yes, yeah, it was really fun going around, and they were all kind of shocked that I also go to St. Pat's.
That's cool, yeah, but that's fun. Someone good to look up to here. What are you hoping to do once you graduate?
I think I'm attending Southeast College in Lincoln, and I will become a radiology tech.
Radiology tech,
yeah.
So you're kind of putting yourself in a couple different industries there. Obviously, you still have the cowgirl background, but cowgirl, they don't let you wear a cowboy hat in a radiology tech. I can't imagine.
No, they don't.
Not a lot of crossover there.
No, not at all.
That's all right. So, if you do go for Miss Rodeo Nebraska, you're right. That's a big commitment. So you're trying to juggle a lot of things there.
Yes, yeah, definitely. It would be hard, but I think I could get it figured out.
Yeah. Macy Cox here with us again. So basketball season, that'll be here before we know it, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at and cheer is kind of a full-time job too.
Yeah, I decided to do it my senior year, just go out, and it's been really fun, but it has been very busy.
I'm sure. But is that something you enjoy?
Yes, yeah, I love it. It's always been really fun, and all the girls are so supportive, and it's really good to just have that other support system for you.
So are you ready to graduate then?
Yes and no, I am ready, but I'm also really sad. It's weird. It's, I think, still a little unbelievable, but I am excited.
It'll be here before we know it, for mom and dad's sake, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, that's very true.
Are they ready to kick you out yet?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, okay, all right, very good. Well, best of luck the rest of your senior year. Good luck enjoying the rest of Miss Rodeo Nebraska tour. What's your next stop for that?
I'll be in Grand Island for the state fair. I'll be in the parade and signing autographs there with Rebel Seclocha, Miss Rodeo Nebraska.
That's pretty cool, too. Obviously, a couple Lincoln County girls winning both awards.
Yes, yeah, it's very rare. That never happens. So that was pretty cool that we're both so close to each other, and then we get to hang out all the time.
And it gets crowned right here, too.
Yes, yeah, right in my hometown, so that makes things a lot easier, too.
Well, best of luck the rest of your senior year. Good luck with the rest of that, and next year at Southeast.
Thank you so much.
Well, more halftime coming up after this.
Power your tailgating with a Honda EU Series generator. Super quiet Honda EU Series generators provide stable, portable power for today's electronics. All feature Honda's CO Minder carbon monoxide detection system for added peace of mind. Select models can be controlled remotely with Honda's My Generator smartphone app. Go with a Honda EU Series generator. It's power you can trust. Head to Budke Power Sports under the big red roof right off I-80 North Platte.
We've got the power at Budke Power Sports.
The future of home energy and transportation is electric. So Nebraska Public Power District is doing its part to help you prepare. Right now, you can receive a $400 new home construction pre-wiring incentive or up to a $600 incentive for wiring your current home in preparation for an electric vehicle charging station. You'll be electric ready, add value to your property, and make our state more sustainable. Learn more at nppd.energywisenebraska.com.
Whether you want to lose weight, build muscle, or improve your athletic performance, Enzo Athletic Performance is your new home. Want to try it out? Visit enzotraining.com for a full schedule of classes and open gym hours. Sign up for your 1-week free trial today. No contracts. Stay because you love it, not because you have to. Enzo Athletic Performance of North Platte.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 1061 FM. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley here. Callan Brown on our video producing side here from Cambridge. It's a score of 21-0. Those watching on the camera, I know right now it doesn't look great. We get back to game time here. Viera Wireless in North Platte, your home for internet and cell phone needs, providing consistent, clear connections for our broadcasts, including in all around Nebraska, including rural areas. They're also a provider for our connections today to make our broadcast possible. Check out Viera Wireless, new location right there in North Platte next to McDonald's in North Platte. Halftime here, St. Pat's with the lead over Cambridge by a score 21-0. The rain has slowed down. That's good news. It's kind of stopped here. Turned out, I'm sure outside it's probably pretty darn nice outside. Press box is a little steamy here, but we're making do with it, and it's a 21-0 lead here for North Platte St. Pat's. Halftime stats are brought to you by Condon Signs, North Platte's only locally owned full-service sign company. Condon Signs creates custom monument signs, spot-on signs, much more. They'll also service your existing sign. Quality and knowledge since 1991. Visit them on the corner of 8th and Vine or at condonsigns.com. For St. Pat's, 209 total yards, 126 on the ground, 83 through the air. James Hyriggs, 8 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Jackson Nicely, 10 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Sam Trzynski with a carry for 8 yards. Through the air, Sam efficient, 3 of 6, 83 yards, and a score. His first passing touchdown of the year. 2 to Brecken Erickson, 1 to Jackson Nicely for 39 yards and the score. 1 turnover, 9 first downs, 3 penalties, 25 yards. The turnover was the INT from Trzynski. Meanwhile, for Cambridge, 105 total yards, a 98 on the ground, 7 through the air. Ty Stanton leading the way, 10 carries, 60 yards, 6 for Tromke for 38. Jaden Ruff with a carry. Tromke 1 of 7. The Irish have been terrific in pass defense. 7 yards. That's a 1 INT for Tromke. 1 turnover, 6 for first downs for Cambridge. 2 penalties for 25 yards. Those are your numbers brought to you by Condon Signs here at the break. St. Pat's 21, Cambridge 0. We'll take another timeout. More halftime when we return on Husker Radio.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
Find your favorite beverages at Quick Stop with fountain machines with flavor fusion shots, alligator ice slushies, 8 varieties to choose from, gourmet 100% Arabica house blend, and exclusive Seattle Buzz coffee, and for real shakes and smoothies. Pick up your Quick Rewards card today and start saving. Members enjoy rollback prices at the pump every Tuesday and Thursday. Quick Stop with the lowest beer prices in town and happy hour twice daily, and we never close. Quick Stop with 27 locations open 24/7.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the Whoop Whoop
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock. Whoop, whoop.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
Back here on Husker Radio's KODY, 1240 AM 106.1 FM. You're listening to the voice of the Irish, KODY North Platte with translator K291BW North Platte at 106.1 FM. Next time you're hungry, head to Dave's Place in North Platte with the best homemade pizza and wings. Dine in, carry out, and online ordering available. It is Dave's Place in North Platte. We're at the half, 21-0 North Platte St. Pat's over Cambridge here at the break. Game started out. Coach was forced a 3 and out, went 3 plays, scored on a 2-yard run by James Hyriggs, set up by a long pass play. Then it was a good Cambridge drive of 8 plays. Their best drive ended in an interception by Sutton Tickle. Irish had a 5-play, 67-yard drive that ended with a 39-yard touchdown pass from Sam Trzynski to Lane Nicely. Haven't done that in a few years. Shout out to Lane if he's listening. He probably is if he's not here. Jackson nicely. And then 3 and out. Irish threw an INT in their last possession. That's how we got to 21-0. You know, kind of there's some good. There was some not so good for St. Pat's, but it's 21-0. Your defense playing pretty darn strong. Really one drive that ended in an INT was the only threat for Cambridge. And so got to like what Irish have done on the defensive side.
Yeah, they've been really good, and there have been some plays in there, and I think you can see the Trojans have some athletes, and Tromke's a good ball handler back there. He's done a really good job running that zone read. He's carried it a few times and given it at the right times, and they've had some good gainers on the ground. Consistency's been the issue there. You turn it around for the Irish, I think, you know, they're facing a Trojan defense that's really crowding the line of scrimmage, and so they've got to figure out some ways to gash that with the run game, and then probably throw it some in the early downs, which they went to more later in the half.
Yeah, 83 passing yards, easily a season high after 5 last week. Sutton Tickle with the wind at his back will put this one through the end zone. Right as I said, it might be good on the extra point. It'll be out to the 15 come the Trojan offense. Offensively, again, the Cambridge Trojans 105 total, but only 98 on the ground, but only 5 passing yards, and so they're probably going to have to find a way to get a little bit more balance like they were a year ago here in the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be key, and in the past game, Tromke had a couple of those that he didn't hook up on, that he really put right on the receiver, and so I'm sure they talked about that.
So here comes Cambridge from their own 15. Man in motion, that's Keppen, left to right ball, through the leg on the snap, and Brecken Erickson just throws down the quarterback. They blew the whistle dead, but Brecken still got a pop on the quarterback, Carson Tromke, but they blew it dead. I
think Tromke's thinking, if we're going to stop that, let's get that whistle blown a little bit quicker. I mean, he was still battling for the ball. And Brecken was chasing him. I mean, they were both playing like it was live. Tromke was just at the obvious disadvantage of kind of having his back half turned, trying to get the ball picked up.
Right, which you can say as a maybe a Cambridge fan that he laid him out, and it's kind of hard for a defender if the quarterback's going themselves, going hard for the ball and acting like it's full push, hold up in that situation.
I couldn't really hear the whistle, but what I think happened was the flag came out, so a lot of people saw that, but I don't think the whistle blew right away.
1st and 15 now, back at the 10. Keppen in motion again, left to right. Shotgun set here for Carson Tromke, working into the wind, right to left, radio dial. Stanton gets a carry right up the middle and meets that Irish defensive line right past the line of scrimmage, gain of 1. St. Pat's on the stop, making him short gain on first down, 2nd and 14. Stanton, 11 carries, 61 yards, kind of what they probably thought they were going to get from him today.
Yeah, I think you'll see Cambridge continue to run that zone read, and I'm not 100% sure that Tromke felt like he made the right read there. It looked like there might have been a little room, maybe a little room on the perimeter had he pulled it, but to now he's done a pretty good job of mixing it up.
Our scoreboard brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Learn more at nppd.com. It brings up 2nd and 14. 2 split to the near short side for Tromke. Good snap this time. Stanton off the right side, and he's thrown down by Jackson. Nice. He kind of jumps on his back. Short gain again of 1, maybe 2, sets up 3rd and 12. James Heirig's in on the stop as well.
Yeah, James really does a nice job of closing to the contact there, and that looked like it could be a bigger gain there by Stanton, but a really good close by James.
Coach Rice relaying the play on to Carson Tromke. Coach Rice in his 3rd year. He's a Cambridge grad, of course. A couple back-to-back 4 and 5 years the last 2 years, running into some of the better teams in the playoffs. Dundee County Stratton 2 years ago, Neely Oakdale last year. They have not been fortunate in their playoff draws. Here's 3rd down and 12 for the Trojan offense from their own 14-yard line. Shotgun set for Tromke. Receives the snap. Lefty looks this way, looking to throw it up over the middle. Double coverage, turning around, and it's incomplete. They're going to be a pass interference, though. Intended there for Creighton Ruggles. He went up, I thought had a play on the ball. Trushinsky turned, and I thought he had decent coverage, but flag came in right there. Likely going to be on the defense.
I think it is going to be on the defense, and I think what the official is deeming there is that Sam made just a little contact while the ball was in the air, but before the ball really got to them. Because as the ball reached there, it looked like kind of a fair fight for the ball, but I think there might have been just enough contact. Sam didn't get his head around quite early enough, and they're usually going to make that call then.
4th penalty on the Irish. This one will go now for 40 yards. They'll move this out to the 29-yard line with a 15-yard pass interference penalty. And it'll be Cambridge first down again via penalty. At least 2 of their 7 first downs have gone against or been thanks to St. Pat's penalties. 10-14, third quarter, St. Pat's 21, Cambridge zip on your scoreboard here from Cambridge High School. As the Irish and Trojans play in another edition of this storied rivalry here. And a work right to left on your radio dial. It'll be under center. They're actually in the gun. Tromke looking left, throws on a quick pass to Hoberty. Caught and short gain. Slips through a tackle though near your sideline to the midfield. And Hoberty ushered out by nicely, but a first down pitch and catch. Broke a tackle, and he moves into Irish territory.
Yeah, Sutton was pretty disappointed with himself there that he didn't get Hoberty on the ground. He had him pretty square, and he's a very sure tackler, but just didn't get it done that time.
That's a first down. It's only the second completion for Tromke, easily the biggest gain to the 37 right there. That is going to be a 14-yard completion to Hoberty, his first catch of the season. Now at the 37, Trojans go to work. 10:04 third quarter. Pressure coming again. He's going for a deep route to Ruggles. Just overthrows him. Ruggles had a step on the 2 Irish defenders, but that time Tromke laid it out in front of him too far. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think it looks to me in their pass protection like Cambridge has really assigned Wood to block Brecken, and he's not really paying any attention to what's going on inside or outside of him. He's really locked in and trying to stay in Brecken Erickson's path, and he's done a pretty good job on the last couple of plays and giving Tromke just a little bit more time.
Irish sideline just got a sideline warning. No penalty, just a warning, but they're sure to back up the Irish sideline there. It'll be second down and 10. I haven't put it up on the down marker, but it is second down and 10. Now they're going to make sure they get that change. They do. And a steady dose of shotgun passing here for Cambridge on this drive. 2nd and 10 for Trout. 37. This time fumbles the snap, ball's on the ground, but he picks it. He falls right back on it just in time. He had Sam Trushinsky, or Logan Dodson rather, and Brecken Erickson just bearing down on him. He loses 3 yards, but more importantly, covers up the ball.
That ball went the one place that Tromke could get back on it because he'd lost his footing and lost the ball, and was able to turn and secure it. A really heads-up play by him. When I saw the ball loose and it was 1-on-2, I thought the Irish got a pretty good chance there with those 2 big kids getting after it.
So ball now back in Trojan territory at the 39. 9:27 third quarter, and a 3rd down and 13 for the Trojan offense here. Down 21-0. Looking to extend this drive. One of their better ones of the game. Back to throw is Tromke looking right. Throws a pass incomplete, intended for Tatum Keppen, the junior wide 13.
Again, a pretty well-thrown ball by Tromke. Very catchable ball, and just wasn't able to secure it.
And a 4th down and 13 right near midfield. We'll see what the Trojans elect to go for here with 9:13 to go in the 3rd. And a go-for situation, probably needing to get some points.
They've had, even on long yardage, probably not now on 4th, but they have run Tromke just on zone read, tried to use his speed, but I would guess they'll throw it maybe to Hoberty out here wide.
He's one-on-one with Sutton Tickle. 4th down and 13, looking to this way to Hoberty. They're actually going to Ruggles over the middle. This one's going to be knocked away. Sam Trushinsky had great inside positioning, and he just knocked that one down. Falls incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Irish are going to take over at midfield.
Really good play there by Sam. The difference in that one and the one he got interference on is he got his head turned around and was able to knock the ball down. That was really a heads-up play on his part to not try to secure it, because obviously he wasn't going to be able to get any kind of a return. Just batting it down was of the best benefit for the Irish.
That saved about 15, 20 yards of field position, maybe more, for the Irish. So now they take over at midfield. 9:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. First possession for St. Pat's of the second half. 3 out of 5 in the first half went for touchdowns. Pro set for the Irish in the white uniforms. This time an end around to Brecken Erickson off the left side. His first carry to the 30, down the sideline to the 20, to the 15, and he takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line. There is a flag at the 25. It looked like Logan Dodson was going one-on-one with a Cambridge Trojan, and that's where the flag is thrown. And so this big run by Brecken Erickson might be spoiled by a penalty.
We're a long way away, but it certainly looked like the defender. Had Logan's shoulder pads. Logan was really controlling him, driving him down the field, and kind of late there out of frustration, the defender kind of spun and tried to throw him off him. I don't know. I couldn't see Logan's hands, but it looked.
Well, it's going to go down for Erickson, a gain of 5. He'll get a carry. He technically gets the yardage on that, but it's a penalty as well. And so It'll be 1st down and 5 now for St. Pat's. And we'll
that's
run
a
this
play
one again.
That's a play we'll see again. I think that's something that the Irish like. They like, of course, Brecken's size and his athleticism. And, of course, you have Logan out there blocking for him, another guy, big guy that can move. And so that's a combination they're going to come back to.
So 1st and 5 now at the Cambridge 35-yard line, 8.5 to go. It's veer right, fullback gets it. James Hyrig's left side. James has got some hole to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown. Under play later, James Hyrig's takes it 35 yards. Finally gets one free right up the middle.
Yeah, really good job there. Well blocked and an excellent run there by James. He ran through a couple of arm tackles about 8 or 10 yards deep, and then you saw the speed. Really good speed there on the part of James Hyrig.
Kind of felt like he was just picking away at the Cambridge defense on those fullback dives, and finally able to bust one out for 35 yards. His first touchdown of the day, or second rather, 6th of the year, and that makes it St. Pat's 27, Cambridge 0 with the extra point pending. A 2-play, 40-yard drive. 2 pretty good plays there for the Irish with a penalty in the middle of them. Extra point held by Trashinsky. The kick is well deep and through. 28-0, St. Pat's with a lead over Cambridge with 8:23 to play in our 3rd quarter. We're back after a timeout. Brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. No matter where you're going, Mid-Plains can take you there with 6 individual campuses. Mid-Plains Community College is your next home. Check them out at mpcc.edu.
When injury or trouble finds you, what do you look for in a lawyer? How about someone with over 30 years' experience handling civil lawsuits and criminal cases right here in western Nebraska? How about someone who doesn't charge you for every stamp and envelope or bill you for every fraction of an hour spent working on your case? How about someone who will actually talk with you and meet with you about your case? You can have all that by calling me, Marty Trashinsky, at 534-4837.
Now in our 20th year, the North Platte Bulletin remains committed to the principles we've had from the start. Independent news service, factual reporting, in-depth information about the city and this part of Nebraska, all presented at a handy price. We're not in it for money, power, or prestige. We just love what we do, giving you the information you need to know and better understand this area and your community. So give us a call, find us on the web or Facebook. Subscriptions are just $38 a year, despite runaway inflation.
HD Management's ready to put their half a century of experience to work for you, whether it's farm and ranch management, ag appraisals, or ag real estate sales. See Kurt Pieper, Hank Nicely, or Justin Pieper at HD Management in North Platte. One thing you can count on Sutton Tickle kickoffs is you can get a sponsored live read-in because you're going to get a touchback more often than not. Thanks to Sutton, he's helping me out a little bit here. 8:23 to go as that one goes into the end zone. Touchback, Trojans' second possession of the half, trailing now 28-0.
Yeah, really an impressive start to the half here by the Irish. Really nice play on the end around, and then followed by the great run there by James Hyrigs.
So here we go from the own 15, Trojan offense. Last drive did go 7 plays, turned it over on downs. Just haven't able to get anything really downfield a whole lot this game. They'll split 2 wide, and a lot of running plays still out of the zone with the zone read with 3 wide total, 2 to the near, 1 to the far side. They give it Stanton right side. Logan Dodson, 34 right on top of him. Tackle for loss for the junior.
Yeah, I think there. I mean, Tromke. I think he's reading that thing, and he's really taking some shots. He stood in there. He's a tough guy, but he's really taking some shots there from Brecken Erickson here on the near side end.
Well, if Brecken is going to go free to the quarterback and Dodson's got the running back, Irish were able to catch up with him. 7:40 to go, 3rd quarter, clock ticking. 28-0, St. Pat's with the advantage. 2nd and 13 for the Trojan offense. Tromke in the gun, 2 split to the near side again. Back in, then a flag and a delay of game on the Trojans. This will be their 4th penalty of the game for 35 yards, and it'll back them up to 2nd and 18.
They'd been running plays at a pretty good rhythm and clip, and that play, I guess I didn't really realize they'd gotten that deep in the clock. On the other hand, Tromke is coming to the sideline and getting the play, maybe a little shaken up on the previous play, and just didn't happen very quickly and end up getting a delay.
Senior quarterback coming out. He was 6 of 16 for 95 yards and a couple scores last year. He's a 3-year starter for Cambridge, a good one. and certainly will have a great senior campaign after a good junior one. Here's 2nd and 18, probably a throwing situation. Keppen comes in motion, left to right across, and back to throw this time. Pressure coming, throws over the middle, one-on-one, coming back and incomplete. No penalty there on Jackson. Nicely, now a late penalty came in from the far side judge. The back judge did not call anything, and it was intended for Braden Miller. Great coverage, but the side judge threw a flag well after the play, and we might have a pass interference here on the Irish, which is it's 3rd and 18 if it's not. That's a huge penalty if this is what it's going to be. Judging by the way the Irish are moving, I think it's going to be.
Well, I think it's going to be, but it was kind of a deal where, was it Nicely back there? Who was it on the coverage?
Nicely was one of them. He ran off right away with a cramp.
Yeah, but he was running basically straight line, and the receiver kind of tried to adjust, and there was some contact, but it didn't appear to maybe raise to the level of an interference call.
I wondered maybe if we got his feet almost tripped up with him. So it's going to move it out to the 23-yard line here. It was 2nd and 18, so it is going to be 2nd and 3 now with the 15-yard penalty.
That's correct, yes.
They've racked them up, so it's not a first down yet, not an automatic first down either. Shotgun set here, Stanton on the left hip of Tromke. 7:12 to go in the third quarter. This time it'll be a quarterback keeper and should have gave it up. Brecken Erickson just plants him back, about a 5-yard loss, and 81 is just coming in unimpeded on that right side.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, we'd commented on how physical Brecken had been in tackling him. I think they must have just been gambling there that he misses or takes a bad angle, and Tromke's able to pull it. Probably if you're Tromke there for that play to have any chance, you really cut the mesh point short on that zone read and just try to break early. That's probably the only chance he has to get the corner.
3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Trojan offense with 6:30 to go in our third quarter. This time back at their own 17. It's gone forwards, gone backwards this possession here via penalty and some tackle for Mason Giebler on the stop, but he was giving him some pretty good room. That's going to be a 10-yard completion out to the 27-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, a little heavy on the cushion there considering the kind of the down and distance situation, but a good play there by Tromke and Hoberty.
Still going to make the tackle was Giebler, but it moves it out to the 27, first down on the 10-yard completion. 6:05 third quarter. Third completion for Tromke. He's 3 for 12, 31 yards through the air. 2 split to the right, 2 to the near side. This time a 4-man rush coming after him quickly. Got to get rid of it. He throws it short of his intended target on the far side. Braden Miller incomplete. Those are pretty quick, obvious possessions there when you're plays when you've got 4-on-3 on that offensive line. Tromke knows it's bearing down on him. He's got to get rid of it quick.
He got to hit his back foot and let it go, and took a little hit there, even so, and then wasn't able to kind of step forward with the pass and came up short.
He's a good size target or quarterback too, 6'1", 160. Now 2nd and 10 from kind of a choppy third quarter. It's only had 1 touchdown in it. It's a keeper. Tromke near side, and Brecken Erickson makes a stop after a short gain. He got around Logan Dodson at the mesh point of that zone read, but 81 holds on for a short gain of 2. 3rd and 8 again.
I wonder if the Irish, Tanner, I didn't see how the play developed, but maybe had a little twist on there because Logan Dodson was outside and Brecken back to the inside.
Now a 3rd down and 8. Tromke with 9 carries, 32 yards. Stanton 60 yards on the ground and 31 yards through the air for the Trojan offense. Gives them about 123 yards of total offense with 5:20 to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 8. Another 3rd down and long here for Cambridge. They converted on their last one to Hoberty on the near side. We'll see if they look that way again. 4 wide, and before they can get that 3rd down play off, they'll take a timeout. We will too. It's all brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. 5:09 to go in the third quarter. St. Pat's 28, Cambridge 0 on Husker Radio.
Are you thinking of selling your farm or ranch property, or just need to know what it's worth for estate planning purposes? Please call me, Jordan Mawson, at Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers for a free, no-obligation opinion of value on your property. I have a lifetime of agricultural experience and have been helping clients buy and sell land for over 10 years. Selling land is a big and sometimes tough decision, so understanding the many factors at play in today's market will help you make a sound decision for the best possible outcome. Look me up on Facebook or on my agent profile at lashleyland.com.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way.
23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
Just like the athletes on the field quarter track, your heating and cooling units work hard, and service on them is sometimes needed. When the air conditioning stops running cold or your furnace shuts down, call Langmeyer Heating and Cooling of North Platte for service or a new unit. Here's a passing play on 3rd down and 8, and it is caught by Holberty on the near sideline, coming back at the 29 of St. Pat's territory to complete that. What a throw from and a better catch down the near sideline for Cambridge.
Kind of turned out to be a back shoulder, and Holberty did a great job of adjusting to that. And beyond that, keeping a toe in. That was a tough play for him to make.
Really was. Nice completion there. It goes for 20, and Cambridge moves the chains here down to the Irish 30-yard line here. Back to throw is Tromke again. Pressure coming. Throws near sideline. Incomplete through the hands of Holberty. Maybe a little high, but he got his hands on it. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. They're picking on this near sideline, trying to really target Ben Holberty. Under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, James Hyrigs will come back in. As they really are pumping the ball over to Holberty.
So 2nd down and 10 here for Cambridge offense at the Irish 30-yard line. They've had some chances here moving it into Irish territory, multiple possessions here, but so far nothing to show for it offensively. One split to each side this time. It's a keeper, left side Tromke, bear hugged in the backfield. Sam Trushinsky with a high tackle for loss. It'll be a loss of 2, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, really a good play there. Sam timed that up just right, and Brecken was able to get some penetration and kind of get him stopped up low, and Sam came in and really put the good tackle on him.
4:37 to play in the 3rd. Trojans trailing 28-zip, looking for something here. Another 3rd and long. They converted on 2 now in a row, throwing to Holberty. And he is going to be split out near side by himself. Same formation that's been successful. 4 wide. Irish will bring 4 here and try to get some quarter. Ball at the Irish 32-yard line. 4 wide again for the quarterback. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Takes a shot. Airs it up for Keppen. He can't find it. It's going to fall incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on down for the Trojans. Just really, that's about all you can do if you're Cambridge is Carson Tromke, just air it up. And that time, Keppen couldn't find it in time, and it falls incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, that wasn't a poorly thrown ball. He allowed a chance for it, but just good coverage there in the secondary.
So the Irish take over at their own 32-yard line now with 4:09 to play here in our 3rd quarter. We only had 1 possession in this entire 3rd quarter here for St. Pat's, and it will be a handoff up the middle. Back gets it. James Hyrigs, gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here as Irish might go back to the traditional offense here. And this is usually when the Irish just want to power football. 10 carries for Hyrigs, 90 yards today.
I wouldn't be surprised the Irish might want to give another look at Brecken on that end around. That was a well executed play and got kind of cut short on the penalty, but I think there was really a good opening for him.
So 3:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 6. Ball just a football across the 35 to the 36. Quarterback pitch out to the right side nicely. Slips the tackle at midfield. Nicely down to the 35. Still running through another tackle. Nicely, almost going to take it all the way down to the 25. And boy, nicely fired up with that run. That's a nice run from 13 with a lot of power in it. He moves the chains.
He should be fired up about that run. That was a really, I think we're really seeing him develop as a runner in traffic. He did an outstanding job there. There was a lot of contact, a lot of traffic, and he really kept driving his knees. Had a couple spurts of speed there in between, and physicality right to the end.
He's up to 82 yards on the ground. Both him and Hyrigs were over 100 last week. This time it's James, and just gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Point of attack, just got knocked down for a gain of 2.
Yeah, and tripped up, I think's right. Might even got his feet tangled up with one of his linemen. There was a little seam there. It wasn't very big, but I think if he's able to kind of jump his feet through there, he makes a pretty good gain, but couldn't keep his footing.
So 2nd and 8 with 2:46. Clock running 3rd quarter. St. Pat's 28, Cambridge 0 here. Week number 1. Second game for St. Pat's is 1-0 winning last week over Bridgeport 48-12, Cambridge's first game of the year. Irish, of course, get Highline next week in what will be a fun game from Knights of Columbus. 2nd and 8. It's a handoff. Right side nicely. Slips one, slips another. Nicely cuts back across the grain. Looking for Pater. There he goes. Touchdown. 23-yard touchdown run from James Jackson Nicely. His second rush of the game. 3rd TD of the game.
That's the kind of cut you only make if you have elite speed, because I think most backs you'd say, well, just continue here to the near side and get what you can. But in Jackson's case, he's in the open field. He knows if he can make one more guy miss, he might be able to take the distance, and he was able to do just that.
Nicely with a nice run. And the Irish go up now 34-0 with 2:22 to go here in the third quarter. Extra point pending here from Sutton Tickle. The winds died down a little bit. Low snap. Trushinsky gets it down. The kick is end over end, and it's up and through. 35-0 North Platte St. Pat's on a 4-play, 48-yard drive, and Jackson Nicely scores from 23 yards out. The Irish lead 35-0 on Husker Radio.
Pathology Services now offers Save a Fortune cookies to all patients who see healthcare providers with offices in North Platte. All patients have the federally guaranteed right to choose which lab performs their blood draws and lab tests. Simply tell your local provider you want your lab tests performed at Pathology Services and save a fortune on lab tests.
Pathology Services inside the North Platte Health Pavilion or at the Westfield Shopping Center in North Platte.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
Looking for used items at a big discount, all while supporting St. Patrick's Catholic Church? Shop The Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. The Bargain Bin is open Fridays and Saturdays 10 to 3 and sells everything from household items, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, your donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Thursday, 9 to noon, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 3. After hours, call St. Pat's. Proceeds benefit St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Shop The Bargain Bin today.
Another touchback from Sutton Tickle here in our third quarter. St. Pat's with 2:22 to go in the third have extended their lead to 35-0 over the Cambridge Trojans, who will bring their third possession out to the 15-yard line. So far, Cambridge with 7 and a 9-play drive, both ending in a turnover on downs, and they'll try to get something going here. Cambridge back in action next week. They're at Pleasanton, home against Ravenna, and then they go to Southern Valley and Arapahoe, home against Alma, Baird then on the road, and they'll close out the season with Highline, who St. Pat's will see next week. From their own 15, Trojan offense goes to work, trying to get some points here. Getting shut out to this point, 35-0. In the gun is Tromke, looking left, throws it out to the flat. That one is almost intercepted. Oh, boy, really close, but it's caught by Hoberty. Really close play by Tickle. He just about had a pick six. Just a step behind it, but Hoberty does catch it and gets a gain of about 5 yards, second down.
Yeah, and that was a really good play on Sutton's part. You know, I think sometimes you say, well, you got to be careful making a break on the ball, but he certainly gave himself a chance. And frankly, I think it had to about go through his hands to Hoberty in that case.
So second down and 5 after the completion. Tromke 5 of 18, 56 yards, 4 completions to Hoberty. A lot of them in this second half. And he'll come out with 3 wide once again from his own 20-yard line. 1:39, third quarter, back to throw. Pressure coming. He'll step up and run now. Right side. He's got some room to run. Across the 25. He gets hit in the second level by Isaac Irish, but he's got a first down run all the way out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 15 yards. He'll move the chains.
Yeah, that showed the good athleticism there in the open field for sure.
Good decision to take off there. 11th first down for Cambridge of the game. They've been able to pretty consistently get some first downs early in possessions, just have not been able to cash in. 1:10, third quarter, clicking away here in this third quarter as the Irish lead again 35-0. The Trojans, though, not many 3-and-outs. 1 3-and-out, maybe 2 3-and-outs in this game, but pretty consistently been able to get a couple first downs. Out to their own 35-yard line, snap back, flags fly before he can get rid of it. And it'll be likely a 5-yard penalty on the Trojans. I think somebody on the offensive line banging his helmet and saying, I did that one.
Yeah, that one they got stopped pretty early on.
False start on the Trojans.
So 1st and 15 after the penalty.
Ben Melton's out there expelling Logan Dodson, the defensive tackle, a little bit. Ben's a big physical guy, and that allows those guys on the perimeter a little more freedom. They've got to keep somebody in there to shore things up when he's in there.
Braxton Richards joining him on the D ends. Then it's Brecken Erickson on the near side, Kai Brown on the far side. Isaac Irish playing a lot of the inside linebacker right now with Jackson Nicely. Here's first down and 15, back of their own 30-yard line. This time it's Stanton. He's been quiet the second half. Gets carry here, nothing doing. Irish had about 4 players, one of them Isaac Irish on the stop, but also joining him is Kai Brown for St. Pat's. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Ben Melton in there as well on the near side defensive tackle.
14 carries, 60 yards for Stanton. He has not gained any in the second half after a 60-yard first half. 2nd and 15. Trojans, that will end our third quarter of play. We'll go to the fourth in Cambridge. St. Pat's 35, Cambridge 0. Our fourth coming up next on KODY.
Putting your family first.
Are you looking for the right dentist for you and your family? Phelps Family Dentistry has you covered. Dr. Lene Phelps and Dr. Kelly Hansen will make sure your family has the healthiest smile. Whether it's dental cleanings, fillings, same-day crowns, or total smile makeovers. Call our office at 534-4040 or visit us at phelpsdds.com to schedule your family's next dental appointment. And go Irish!
Putting your family
Hosting a get-together, event, or party? Use Occasions in North Platte, the area's event venue for gatherings of up to 55 people inside with a beautiful outdoor patio as well. Occasions is where you want your event held. Call Allison at 534-2533 or Mike at 227-2602 to book today. Parking your RV, boat, jet ski, or camper? Park it at MDN LLC Storage. Conveniently located at North Lake Road, MDN LLC Storage is safe and secure with gated pin-pad entry and security cameras monitoring 24/7. Call Faith at 532-1332 or Mike at 227-2602 to get your spot.
Hey, if you need thicker, greener, more troublesome lawn, call Jorgensen's Lawn Service at 368-4000 with fertilizer, iron, weed, and insect control. Jorgensen's proudly serves the entire area. Call today for a free estimate at 368-4000. It'll be Cambridge ball here with a 2nd down and 15, ball at their own 30-yard line. Now working left to right on your radio dial. Start of the fourth quarter. Stanton gets a carry. Can't get through the arm tackle. Holding on for dear life, Logan Dodson after the gain of about 4.5. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 10.
That was a great job by Logan, because if Stanton gets out of his hands, he's got a big gainer.
Yeah.
The perimeter guys had already run everybody off, and he had the whole middle of the field if Logan doesn't secure that tackle.
Irish get Highline next week. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff from Knights of Columbus. Highline pretty highly rated with Air Force commit Riker Evans. It should be a fun one. Catch it right here on KODY with live video at HuskerRadio.com. 3rd and 11. Tromke looking left. Go route. Looking deep for Keppen. Overthrows him. They've just not been able to be on the same target. Keppen with good speed, and he's had some steps, but they've just not really worked that one out. First game of the year. That will be a threat, though, for Cambridge down the road.
And Sam's been right there. I mean, Kevin's getting down the field, but it's mostly been Sam Chinsky guarding him, and he's been tight enough that it's left a fairly narrow window for Tromke to fit the ball.
Couple punt returns this year, nothing really today. Hoberty will punt.
Mason did a good job of keeping his feet after the attempted kind of high tackle. He was able to fight that off and regain his balance and then show the good speed. Good return.
Gave it all the way out to the 29-yard line is where he was marked out, and so that's where St. Pat's will begin this drive with 10.5 to go. Clock starts to run now with that 35-point rule in effect. And Trushinsky has Isaac Irish and James Hyrigs behind him. He'll operate under center. Working right to left in the white uniforms here today with the gold helmets. Fullback gets it, and Irish first carry for Isaac doesn't get anything. 2nd down and 10.
Cambridge has been tight all night. They've not been that tight. They got 8 guys within 3 yards of the ball, and nobody that's lined up more than a half yard outside the tight ends. I don't know if the Irish go with toss sweep or something, but basically it looks as though they're just daring you to do anything but run it straight up the middle.
So it'll be 9:49 to go here in this one. St. Pat's with the advantage over Cambridge, 35-0. I formation, 2nd and 10. Sweep right side. Hyrigs to the outside. Hyrigs down the sideline, picking his way for 7. Ushered out by a couple Trojans over there. Sets up 3rd down, and we got about 3 yards.
And I think, Coach Dodson saw the same thing we're seeing from up here. I mean, they're just packed tight in there. There are 7 guys right up there with the free safety about 6 yards deep, and really maybe misdirection, but probably toss sweeps. What's maybe going to be there?
Oh, we got a penalty. Got a holding penalty on the Irish, and it'll be second down and about 16 here for St. Pat's. Irish looking to get 2 backs over 100 yards for the second straight game. And Nicely's there. Hyriggs needs 4.
Yeah, it's been an efficient night. I mean, very few negative yardage plays, and I think they've done a good job of capitalizing on what openings there are there.
Ball there in 24. Second and 15 now, I formation. This time back gets it right side nicely. Big hitter. Oh, no, good tackle. Holding on. Otherwise, he gets to that safety valve. But nicely able to get about 7, but a good tackle by a Trojan holding on Ty Stanton.
Yeah, that was a good job. I was with you. It looked as though Jackson was just ready to pop that thing into the next level, and Stanton dragged him down there.
So now a third down and 9. Nicely 111 yards, 8:47 to go in this game. His second straight 100-yard game. First ones of his career in back-to-back games for the junior. Of course, Irish going to hopefully get Jackson Roberts back. He's not even suited today. And we'll see if he can't get back by next week. Obviously a huge weapon in that backfield.
And you need defensively, you need all the speed you have out there.
Third down and 9. Counter pass. Trushinsky with pressure throws it up late. Tromke comes over and almost picks it off, but Erickson comes from behind and becomes a defender and knocks it away. That was a nice play by 81. Otherwise, that's an INT. Second one for Tromke. Instead, it falls incomplete.
That was a tremendous play by Brecken to break that thing up. In fact, it wasn't all that far from being a catch and a fumble. I mean, he nearly had that thing secured, and then Brecken popped it loose.
So it'll be fourth down and 9. Irish will punt with Brecken Erickson. Cambridge has not put anybody back on any punts, which has allowed Brecken, and they're not really going after it either. No pressure here, and Erickson can just put a boot to it with absolutely no pressure on who he's punting to. It's going to take an Irish bounce, go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, but he's put 3 of them inside the 20, so a good job by punting by Brecken Erickson. Clock at 7:34 to go here in the game.
Really good punt there by Brecken. Just took his time and made sure he got it down there pretty deep and got it out of bounds. The Irish can get out there and get their defense set and see if they can close this thing out.
7:34 to go, 35-0. St. Pat's with the lead over Cambridge. Again, it's a 7 o'clock date with Highline next week. Clock is running with the 35-point rule here in effect today. I tell you, it's got to be pretty calm and beautiful out there. It's been a hot press box. But a nice one, a dry one, so we'll take that. We'll take warm over dry any day. Shotgun set here for Carson Tromke. 4 wide once again this time, or 3 wide rather. Gives it to that fourth one who's a back on his left hip, and not much doing for Stanton. He's out to the 20, short gain, maybe 3. Clock under 7 minutes to go here in the game.
Yeah, Stanton and Tromke have really been workhorses. I mean, both in every aspect of the game. They've taken a lot of hits, but they've been hard to bring down and continue to just compete super hard.
They have all the rushing yards. There's only one other carry that was not them. And, of course, Tromke's 5 of 19 through the air as well. So now second down and 6 with 6:28 to go. Tromke coming up to talk to his offensive line. Irish shift a little bit here themselves. Back to throw this time. Pressure coming, throws it up over the middle. Jump ball. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. And a flag. I mean, they might get a holding on Trushinsky here because it was certainly not going to be pass interference because it was well before the ball even came down. But I think maybe they're going to say he slowed up. Carter Haynes, the junior. Boy, there wasn't much there. And it's pass interference.
Yeah, well, I think the ball was in the air, but I think the receiver actually slowed up thinking that was the window where he was going to catch the ball, and then it went long, and he tried to release again. That's a difficult one for sure.
That's another Cambridge first down via penalty. That is the Irish's 8th penalty of the game for 90 yards. Very uncharacteristic of a team. And it's going to be a first down. They haven't moved the chains yet. They'll bring it all the way out to the 35-yard line with 6:12 to go. Clock running at 35-0 St. Pat's. Cambridge, 1st and 10. Two split to the far side. Tromke receives the snap. Pressure coming again. He'll throw it up. It's going to deep one. It is going to be tipped around. Intercepted. What a play. Sutton Tickle's got the pick at the 20, and he's going to go out all the way to the 34-yard line. That kind of just fell. He got tipped and fell into his grab hit, and Sutton Tickle's got his second INT of the game.
Yeah, I think maybe Sam Trushinsky got a hand on it. And it just kind of popped up there and was just kind of hanging there right in front of Sutton. He just grabbed it and took off and made a good return as well.
So Sutton Tickle, who had 3 INTs last year, already 2 now in the second game of the year. And a good return, as you mentioned, to the 35. Sets up the Irish offense, who lead 35-0. Second turnover here for the Trojans. And it looks like we might have a second group out there for St. Pat's.
Yeah, Tickle will take over under center. Looks like maybe we got is that Giebler?
Giebler's the deep back for sure. The fullback, I'm going to say Trey Formansky maybe on the surface.
I think Trey.
Number 20, a sophomore, and he gets the tote, and he'll pick up a yard. Yeah, it was Trey, his first carry of the year.
Cade Brandt's out there, interior line. Laddick Houston's here at the near side, tight end. Emilio Demas is out there trying to get a beat on a couple more guys there on the far side.
Formansky runs the play in here, 2nd and 9 here with 4:35 to go. This group up got a JV game, I believe, Monday, right?
They do. Caleb Neitzel's in there snapping the ball.
2nd and 9, I formation. Sutton Tickle gets him set, and he's making sure to work some clock here, manage the rest of this game. 2nd and 9 under center. This time he'll give it deep back. Giebler right side, able to tote it across the line of scrimmage and get 1, maybe 2. And whistles and a Cambridge timeout here.
Cooper Swanson was out there at tight end, and Xavier Pieper was in there as well.
And so it'll be a 3rd down and 7 after the gain of 2. And we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout here and come back to Cambridge for the final couple minutes of this one. Back after this.
Divorce is hard. You get hurt and then doubt sets in. Lindemeyer Law Office knows your pain. While it feels hopeless and depressing, it's so important that you hire a law firm experienced in divorce litigation. Attorneys that know their way around the courtroom. Lindemeyer Law will help you navigate those emotions. Amanda Spiker, Kent Florum, Kent Turnbull, and Bob Lindemeyer are seasoned, tested warriors. Tori Herby and Natalie Hoffman are energetic, bright, and creative with fresh ideas. We'll go to battle with you to make sure your rights are protected. It's a difficult process, one you won't walk away from feeling good, but you will walk away knowing that you fought for everything you were entitled to with Lindemeyer Law Office.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
North Platte welcome.
Back here on Husker Radio, a 3rd down and 7 for North Platte St. Pat's. It's a Sutton Tickle back to throw. Tickle step and throw, and he's going deep. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. Tickle put a nice pass, just a little bit underthrown.
Cooper Swanson
had a ball out of the 25, just went through his hands. There was coverage that came late, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, excuse me, it might have been for Formansky. I thought it was
20, incomplete for Sutton Tickle. Good throw, though. Just had a little pressure and just maybe a touch underthrown, but gave him a chance, and it'll be a punt for Brecken Erickson here with 3:30 to go on the clock. And Cambridge will send back for the first time Micah Gerlach, a sophomore returner. They have not tried to return a punt yet. See if Brecken can give him one not to return with 3:20 to go. He'll milk off the clock as much as he can. Good snap back to him. He's got time. High punt. Gerlach he'll call off any return here. He'll take an Irish bounce, out of bounds. Another good one inside the 10. Brecken's done a great job of punting. His 4th one, all of them inside the 10, 15-yard line. That's at the 9, and it'll be Cambridge ball with 2:58 and running.
Well, and albeit there was a Trojan deep that time, but there hadn't been previously. But the way that Brecken has kicked it, he's kind of angle kicked it. They wouldn't have had much of an opportunity for a return anyway. He's done a really nice job of banging it high there and angling out of bounds.
They've got some younger guys bringing out as well. Coach Rice subbing in some of his youngsters here, and Irish responding with a few more of theirs. Here with 2:30 to go in this game, Irish running off of player late here. And in at quarterback is Micah Gerlach, the sophomore. He's in the gun with 4 wide, receives the snap, has time, throws near sideline, incomplete. Intended for Carter Haynes. Mason Giebler there on defense with 2:14 to go.
Pass intended for number 15, Carter Haynes, but it's incomplete.
Tucker Kemp's out there defensively for the Irish. I think most everybody else had been out there before.
About 4 or 5 guys just got subbed in as well, so your job just got a lot tougher.
Yeah, I think it looks like Weston Hammond's out there, and Spencer Mostek as well.
2nd and 10 for the Trojans at their own 9 with 1:46 to go in this one. Gerlach in the gun, receives it. He'll keep it up the middle, meets Weston Hammond and Trey Formansky. Gain of maybe 1. Good stop there, 71, getting a hand on the tackle.
Another crew of Irish making their way on the field. Get all those guys in. Looks like Brecken Collins is out there, and pick up a couple more people. Looks like maybe Hudson Deeds is out there as well, playing defensive tackle.
So now 3rd down and 8 with 1:15 to go. St. Pat's 35-0 here visiting Cambridge. Looking to get to 2-0 before Highline next Friday.
Ben Hyreg's out there guarding the wide out on the far side.
Ball at the 11-yard line, back to throw. Snap pass complete near side and across the middle of the field. Big gainer out to the 38-yard line with 56 seconds to go. Nice completion there for Cambridge to Carter Haynes.
Xavier Pieper there with a nice tackle in the open field.
They move it out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 23. Throw it again near sideline for Keppin, incomplete. And it'll move the clock with 34 seconds to go. Trojans working quickly to try to get something here. Maybe get one more play. They're going to take a timeout, stop the clock with 26 seconds to go, 24 seconds, down 35-0.
Peyton Kramer was in there on that previous play, also another freshman out there for the Irish.
And St. Pat's, again, did you have a Highline score tonight? I knew you were looking through them.
I did not. I was trying to get through scores, but I did not see a Highline score.
I know, of course, the district opponent, Sutherland, lost last night 26-22. To Maywood Hay Center to open their season. Sandoz Valley, a future opponent, they lost to Southern Valley in a close one. To the district, unfortunately, a couple losses. You root for your district outside of, obviously, when you play them if you're a St. Pat's fan. And there's a couple of them there. But Highline should have a strong season. Obviously, Bridgeport, they were winning big here tonight as well.
Gibbon Hershey looks like scoreless at halftime. That is at least the last thing I saw there. I don't know if they must have been delayed, maybe, do you suppose?
That could have been.
I don't know where all there was weather, but.
2nd and 10 here with 24 seconds remaining. Cambridge ball at their own 34-yard line here. Down 35 zip here. Highline 40-6 over Pleasanton. Here's a pass and incomplete and almost intercepted. It fell off the hands of Carter Haynes. And it's incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Clock running here with 13 seconds. Trojans can probably get one more play off here to end the ball game. Down 35-0. Irish run on players late here. They get set. Pressure coming here on the quarterback Gerlach. He runs out of that. He'll run near sideline. Gerlach across midfield. Take a shot and ushered out of bounds. And that will close this one out. It's a final here from Cambridge. St. Pat's is going to get the victory over the Cambridge Trojans here. And 35-0, a final. The Irish come away with a victory. Quick stop postgame show coming up from Cambridge right after this timeout. Come on back for it on Husker Radio.
North Platte welcomes Hilton True Wide's newest brand, True Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax on the patio by the fire pit with your favorite beverage from the well-stocked pantry, including wine and beer. Enjoy a state-of-the-art 55-inch television in your room and complimentary hot breakfast buffet. Earn and redeem Hilton's Honor Points. Book your True Guaranteed Best Rate at Hilton.com. The True by Hilton at exit 179 just off I-80 North Platte.
You invest in your home, your retirement. How about your child's education? I'm Enrollment Director Gwen Covey, inviting you to consider investment in the North Platte Catholic Schools. We're proud of our 100% graduation rate and countless success stories. Start your story at Little Leprechaun Preschool and graduate as a Fighting Irish. Pre-K through 12th grade, all on one campus. For more information, call 532-1874.
Mid-Plains Community College is the right choice to transform your future. With a variety of educational formats to choose from, including face-to-face, distance learning, online, and hybrid options, a career is just around the corner. But hurry! Fall classes begin August 21st at all campus locations. Check out our website at mpcc.edu to schedule a visit and transform your future today.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For a no-hassle quote, see local Shelter Insurance agents Pete Bowles or Brent Rocco in North Platte today.
Are you tired of fixing that old fallen down fence? Or maybe you're just ready to replace the one you have. Lazy TS Custom Fencing in North Platte is here to help. I'm Travis Cooley, the owner of Lazy TS Custom Fencing, and I specialize in all fencing needs, from barbed wire in the sandhills to the backyard fence in town. I also offer tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Call today for a free estimate, 308-539-9579. Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte.
Welcome back on Husker Radio here in Cambridge. It's the final. St. Pat's gets the victory over the Cambridge Trojans by a score of 35-0. Your postgame brought to you by Quick Stop, just around every corner. Fast, easy, and convenient with 6 locations throughout North Platte. Also locations in Ogallala, Hershey, Grant, and Imperial. On the road to everywhere, it is Quick Stop. Irish get the victory over Cambridge, improved to 2-0. Cambridge drops to 0-1. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley is Irish. It just kind of had a choppy feel to it. It wasn't always the prettiest of games, but 35-0. Again, defensively, kind of bend but break maybe a little bit in this game, but didn't give up a point. It's hard to complain when you don't give up 1 point.
Right. I think that's true, and I think some of that is, this is an Irish team that's got really good overall team speed, and so some of those plays that look like could go the distance end up being big gainers, but they don't go the distance. And as I say, a big factor in that is your ability to close on the ball in the open field, and this team really does a good job of that. To Cambridge's credit, they really were able to limit possessions on the part of the Irish and shorten the game by their ability to possess the ball, and they did it with a combination of running the ball. Stanton and Tromke were both hard to tackle. They ran extremely hard, and then Tromke, I thought, passed the ball really well. And I know the stats don't really bear that out, but he had 3 or 4 balls that he put on somebody that didn't get caught, and he was under a lot of pressure back there as well. So I thought that was something good, that the Irish saw a guy back there that's got some good poise and gets the ball out of there, and we're forced to make some plays in the secondary because of that. And the other thing is, I think the Irish offense really was put in a spot where, they had to go away from, not completely, but to some degree, what they normally do and throw a little bit earlier in the downs and do some things like that. They're really crowding the line of scrimmage, but, that's something that the Irish will see several times this year, I'm sure.
Right.
If you're playing this team, you better get up tight and be able to limit the power run game, or you're not going to have any chance at all.
St. Pat's 35-0, now 2-0. Appreciate the time, Coach. Enjoy the game next week. See you in a couple weeks in Kimball, all right?
I'll look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Irish get the win again here today, 35-0 over the Cambridge Trojans, and we'll catch up with Brad Braithwaite here on the postgame. How's it out there? Nice?
It's a lot nicer than it is up here. I'll tell you that. My gosh.
It's a little steamy in here.
A little bit.
But 35-0 delayed game, it just didn't feel like maybe the cleanest game, kind of a choppy game, but starts, I suppose, on the defense, and that was pretty darn good.
It was. We talked about that right after the game. That's 2 weeks in a row now to start the year where we haven't started the game real strong. And so that's something we're going to do next week a lot better than we have the first 2 weeks. So we're going to find ourselves in a hole next week against a good opponent. So hopefully we get that cleaned up. You mentioned it. Our defense was pretty solid all night. I'd say the majority of their yards were, just throwing the ball as high and as far as they can, hoping for a penalty, and they completed 1 or 2. But for the most part, I thought we did a really nice job on that side of the ball.
Offensively, that middle game, that pound and ground game wasn't. They were really focusing on that. That was the key on their defensive side, and And I thought maybe eventually we started wearing him down in the second half when James busted one. Jackson, though, I thought he had some big runs, some of which were more power runs. I thought and you saw a little bit of fire on him on some of those at the end.
I agree completely. I'm not sure how many yards he had. I don't know if it was as much as last week, but I thought that was the best game he has played at the running back position in his career. He got, like you said, a number of runs where it was 4 or 5, 6 yards, but it was lower your shoulder. And then when he does that, you saw what he could do a couple of times when he gets out in open space, and there's not many guys around here that are going to catch him.
Yeah, and then obviously seeing that much focused effort by the defense inside, you're running outside, and you're throwing the ball a little bit more. And pretty efficient today overall, 3 of 7, 83 yards, a couple big completions to Brecken, the touchdown to Jackson. So finally got the not finally, it's game 2, but got that passing.
Sure.
I mean, 3 completions is kind of standard Irish football.
It is. And, there was another play, I would say we probably had our own 30, 35, and we had a play out in the flat. I feel like if we catch that, we let it go through our hands, that's probably another 60 yards and probably a touchdown. And so we were more efficient. It sounds silly saying that, but with our style of offense, if we can just do that, we feel like we're in pretty good shape. But it's still something we've got to get better at. And it's not – a lot of times I think people concentrate on the quarterback or the receivers. A lot of it comes down to the guys up front and protecting our guy back there.
Yeah, obviously that timing for connecting with that deep ball is got to have time. It's also planting your feet and getting the ball out quicker, probably.
No, you're exactly right. And we feel like we got a real weapon out there, on Brecken. He's as good an athlete as we're going to see on an 8-man field. And so we feel like we can throw a couple of jump balls to him. Our timing has not been very good on that the first 2 weeks. And so it's just something we have to keep working on. Our practice schedule wasn't real favorable, just like it's not an excuse. Everybody in the state was that way. But going in the morning, we just didn't have a lot of time to work on stuff that we needed to work on from last week. It was more preparation for this week. And so hopefully starting on Monday, we'll have a little more time to work on ourselves and then work on the high line.
Hey, and also Sutton Tickle 2 INTs defensively.
No, he kind of did that last year when he'd get a chance in there. He'd come in there and he'd find a way to get his hands on the ball. And so we feel really confident with him back there, and I think his confidence is growing by the week, which is awesome.
St. Pat's 2-0, 35-0 here in Cambridge. Now Highline, they took out Pleasanton pretty easily. You know what they can do with Riker Evans. Obviously, tremendous speed, probably one of the fastest guys you'll see all year. And obviously, a really, really, wherever he's at, quarterback, running back, he's a monster threat every time he touches the ball.
Oh, he certainly is. There's not a lot of guys that we don't feel like can match our speed. That's one kid that can and might be the fastest guy on the field next week. And so about everything they do centers around him, whether he's carrying it, whether he's throwing it, whether he's catching it, whether he's being a decoy. And so I'm pretty confident Coach A is going to come up with a good game plan, and we're going to have to play better than we have the first 2 weeks, and I think we will.
St. Pat's Highline next week. Coach, appreciate the time, and good luck next week, all right?
Hey, thanks, Tanner.
All right, Coach Brad Braithwaite here on the postgame as the Irish get the victory here today, 35-0. They are 2-0 and will get Highline next Friday night. Irish started off this game with actually a punt offensively, forced a punt from the Trojans, and then got a 45-yard touchdown run from Jackson nicely to make it 7-0. Another 3-and-out. After that, a 3-play drive that ended with a James Hyrig's touchdown, made it 13-0. Sutton Tickle got an INT, 1 of 2. And then the Irish cashed in on a 39-yard touchdown pass. First pass completion of the year for a score from Sam Trzynski to Jackson nicely. That made it 21-0. It ended at half with that. Forced a turnover on downs to start the second half, and then 2 plays later, a 35-yard touchdown run by North Platte St. Pat's Jackson nicely, and that made it then a 28-0 score. Nicely would add another. Actually, that first one was by Hyrig's, I believe, in the half, and the second one was by Nicely from 23 yards out. It ended at 35-0 for St. Pat's here today. Postgame numbers brought to you by Condon Signs, North Platte's only locally owned full-service sign company. Condon Signs creates custom monument signs, pylon signs, and much more. Also service your existing sign, quality and knowledge since 1991. Visit them on the corner of 8th and Viner at condonsigns.com. For the Irish, 315, not quite as efficient as last week on the ground, 232, but only 29 carries. Cambridge maintained the ball a lot today, and they were able to keep the ball out of the hands of the Irish a little bit more than normal. 83 through the air, though, for the Irish. That's a much improved number from last week. Hyrig's 12 carries, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jackson Nicely, 13 carries, 111 yards. That's a career high, and 2 touchdowns as well. Sam Trzynski with a carry for 8 yards. Isaac Irish, Giebler, Erickson had a carry, and Formansky also with a carry at the end as well for St. Pat's. Trzynski 3 for 7, 83 yards, a touchdown, and an INT. 2 completions to Erickson for 44 yards and 1 to Jackson Nicely for 39 yards and a score. 1 turnover, 12 first downs, 8 penalties, 9 yards. That's probably a number that they'd like a little bit lower. Cambridge, meanwhile, 213 total yards, 134 on the ground, 79 through the air. Just to give you a baseline, they carried the ball one more time than St. Pat's did. Ty Stanton today, 16 carries, 68 yards, 11 for Tromke for 45. Tromke through the air, 5 of 20, 56 yards, a pair of INTs, 4 completions to Hoberty, 1 to Miller, 1 at the end there to Carter Haynes. And Trojans 2 turnovers, 14 first downs, 5 penalties for 40 yards. Again, more first downs for Cambridge in this game, and yet lost 35-0. Those are your post-game numbers brought to you by Condon Sign. So let's get your Allo Fiber player of the game here today, brought to you by Telecom Home Team Allo Communications. They're taking tech to the next level with products and services that provide its fiber fans with an all-star experience. If you're ready to up your internet game, go to allocommunications.com and get Allo today. Going to be Jackson Nicely. Jackson today a career-high 13 carries, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. He also had a 39-yard touchdown reception. So Jackson Nicely, the junior, doing the job there for the Irish. He's your Allo Fiber player of the game. It's going to close it out tonight from Cambridge. Big thanks to Cambridge for hospitality of letting us be inside. Obviously, this is impossible if we're outside with the weather conditions we had with the rain, so appreciate them for squeezing us in. It was a busy press box here today, but also to Callum Brown for a terrific job. It was not the easiest broadcast with the rain falling and the camera right in his face, and we had some internet issues, and so he did a great job. Also, Bill O'Malley, appreciate him as well as always. Next week, St. Pat's Highline, 7 o'clock. I will not be there, but Jack McGonigal, our new broadcaster, will be calling the game with Bill O'Malley, and so he'll cover that one for you next Friday, and then I'll be back in Kimball 2 weeks from today. I'm Tanner Struckman saying so long from Cambridge. Get your final 35-0. Irish get to 2-0. Highline the next opponent next Friday night. In the meantime, have a great weekend. This has been Irish Football on Husker Radio.
This has been coverage of North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics on 1240 AM, 1061 FM, KODY. For a copy of today's game, contact the station at 308-532-3344. And for a full list of upcoming broadcasts, go to HuskerRadio.com. This has been a Husker Radio production.